biggest Socceroos game in at least 2 years, and we are gathered here to bring it to you, or at least our live reaction, analysis, debate, and discussion. It's our Socceroos watch along. Josh Parrish here with Ante, Jukic, Joey Lynch, Nick Dabano, Athos Sirianos, and Ed Gooden. We'll have Nick Stoll joining us a little bit later. But gentlemen, are we excited? Are we excited to watch this match? Because it is a big game. It's a lot on the line, particularly for Japan.
I like the fact you introed us like we're at a wedding, Josh.
You gathered here today.
Gathered here today.
Dearly beloved FNR fam.
Well,
If you have any objections to this manager, please voice them now. Actually, they don't do that at weddings anymore, do they?
I think it's too dangerous.
Can't remember the last time I've been to a wedding night.
Yeah, that's true. There's a pretty restrictive guest list at the moment. A quite interesting lineup being selected tonight. The narrow midfield, it looks like. Is Graham Arnold going back to his Sydney FC roots, or is Hrustic playing on the flank? It's a big question.
crazy.
I'm generally pretty excited regardless. Like, this is a huge game, and one that's going to be pretty indicative of where both teams are at. Japan haven't been great, and Moriyasu going with a Morita Endo midfield is like, just as nondescript as with a Moy Irvine midfield. So, like, the result is there to be taken, but as a game, it's going to be bollocks.
Yeah.
So tell us about the Japanese selections, Ante, because you probably know a little bit more about these players than most viewers would.
Like, Endo's kind of like a pivot or like a reference point at Stuttgart. Morita is probably the most conservative of all the players, all the midfielders at Kawasaki. Like, I don't find the logic in not calling up Yasuto Akizaka, who's awesome, irrespective of players like Mitoma, Tanaka going, Rio Hotate being one of their energetic players. Wakizaka is the one who ties it all together. But then again, that's kind of it's kind of reflected in other ways, like Minamino playing on the wing instead of like Yuya Osaka can play up front. Kobayashi as well not playing, even though he's taking the Mickey in the Gulf states. Like Moriyasu, and that was even evident in the World Cup. He has a specific brand of terrorism.
So he's vastly unpopular at the moment, and everyone was talking about Kyogo in Japan before the game. Why isn't Kyogo playing? Why can't he get in the starting lineup? And again left out, again left on the bench, and again Yuya Osaka plays up front given his poor recent goal scoring record. Do you think that's reflective of Moriyasu wanting that traditional, hurly-burly number 9 up front?
It's all pretty like conventional in terms of lineup, and Japan specifically with respect to player attributes and profiles, like this, it probably better suits them to be unconventional and a bit unique in certain ways, especially in Asian football where they're going to have a lot of the ball. And then again, but you don't even know that if that's going to be the case tonight against Australia. I think that'll be the main dynamic in this game. Who's going to be the active team? Hello, Stoll. How are you, mate?
Good. How are you guys?
Is that Nick Stoll's music we hear?
Is this too loud? The TV?
No, it was making a wrestling joke, but you didn't get it because you don't like wrestling.
Man, F wrestling. All right, I'm sick of you guys talking about wrestling. All right, God damn, I hate wrestling.
Why do you hate wrestling?
I don't know, because look, honestly, I hate it because I didn't have Foxtel when I was a kid, and it was on Fox 8, and all the kids watched it on Fox 8. All right, no, I don't know, it's just bullshit.
When was the last time you watched wrestling?
When Rey Mysterio was doing cool things.
Rey Mysterio's still doing cool things. The man's knees are
The
basically
Undertaker?
stem cells at this point.
The Undertaker, is he still alive?
No, I'll bet.
The
Undertaker was
no,
never
no,
alive,
yeah,
Nick.
his
Don't you
gimmick was
pay
that he was a
attention?
dead
Okay,
man.
look,
Like
alright,
he
guys.
wasn't alive, man.
All right, no more wrestling talk from now on. I hate it. Anyway,
It was
look,
a really non-specific reference, by the way. I didn't watch wrestling either. But
has
go on,
anyone
Nick.
watched Japan at all before this game? Like
Mm-hmm.
recently? Why are they struggling?
Bad midfield.
Bad midfield. All right, cool. How can we exploit that? Let's go.
Good
Hit them on the
midfield
counter.
play.
Hit them on the
Sitting
counter.
I think the Socceroos personally are uniquely set up to do well, not uniquely, but they're set up to do well in this game specifically. I'm actually like fairly optimistic.
So hit them
Yeah.
on the counter, which that's kind of what I assumed would be our best strategy. So then why don't you think Mobile was included? Because I feel like Mobile would be a good outball on the counter.
Rustic is probably more reliable 1v1.
So he's playing Krustic in an advance role.
Well, we don't know for sure yet.
Well,
I
we'll
mean,
have to wait and see.
they could belie, make us look like complete fools and just come out in a 4-3-3 when the actual first ball is kicked. I mean, I think it's unlikely too. Like increasingly thinking about it since the lineup comes out, I think you're talking, Ante, about who will have the ball in this game. I'm thinking at home with the onus on Japan to get a result, it will be Japan that has more of the ball. I think the game against Saudi Arabia was the first time they hadn't had more of the ball in ages.
That's that's kind of why I'm uncertain in that respect.
You think there'll be a reaction from that game?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So did you watch their game against Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
So what happened? How did they lose?
Frankly, given the composition of Japan, Saudi Arabian 11 was better than Japan's starting 11. But Japan compounded it with their inability to penetrate in phase of possession. And like that was even evident, at the Asian Cup, like in 2019. It's just a continuation of what they weren't able to do at the Asian Cup. And, Osaka now for the best part of 2 years hasn't really been an optimal selection at 9. That's why I still think Minamino might be their most compatible option up front, but who knows? Like I'm just going to watch.
Sick kit, sick anthem. Japan's got a great anthem.
It's
the Japanese.
It's stoic. It's cool. Like it's not like, let's say, Russia being the master of puppets of national anthems. You know what I mean? Like,
It's like a hymn.
Is that a coach
spiritual?
Yeah.
Wait, so
or in the way that like Turkey's is very ominous, for example, or South American anthems.
How beautiful the Italian national anthem is. So with gusto. A lot of screaming.
It's like that obligatory picture of like kids being afraid of the Italian singing of the national anthem.
New Zealand have a nice national anthem.
What's that, Athos?
What was that?
New Zealand have a good one. I like
They
it.
do, yeah.
I rate it. Yeah,
Is it Argentina or
Wait, does he
Uruguay have
cry?
a really good one, or is it both?
they're all kind of cool. Like,
wait, was that just Moriyasu
Joey.
crying during the national anthem for Japan?
I think so.
I think,
As you would, man.
wow.
By the way, we have to try and sync up streams again. I'm assuming everyone's just
Yeah.
watching on 10 bold
10.
traditionally.
Yeah,
I'm watching through
I've
the
got it
app.
on the big telly.
I'm streaming
Uh,
from my laptop onto my studies TV.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm-
Joey's going to delay again.
I
Yeah,
am
I'm
actually working tonight.
I look
Unlike
forward
you
to
all,
reading your
bums.
report in ESPN next week when your game actually.
ESPN and The Guardian, Nick Stoll. I'm pulling double duty.
Ooh, so you're not going to be talking much in the second half.
No. Well, I don't have to file for The Guardian until 7 a.m. tomorrow. So
Oh, nice. When all the good takes are taken.
no, it's when all the good takes are made, and then I can just cherry pick and dust them off as my own.
Assemble
Cheap.
your infinity gauntlet of opinions.
See, but that takes talent in itself. I have to pass through the 90% of garbage takes and find the 10% of good ones.
You're a discerning sifter tonight.
All right, let's talk about the Socceroos lineup. This has got Sydney FC written all over it, unless the shape is the same. I want to know where Aaron Moy is playing. Is he playing deep? Is he playing in an advanced role? And where is he best suited to play in this Australian 11?
On
We'll
the
find
bench.
out when the graphic comes up.
On the bench, says Ante. All right.
I'm
mean-
surprised he is included. Honestly, I don't.
Yeah.
I think like just what Aaron Moy gives you, which is good crossing, good distribution. I don't think is kind of necessarily going to be massively effective today. Maybe set pieces.
Maybe when the ball is won and he can just ping one over the top.
They're saying 4-2-3-1 in this graphic that I just saw.
But the graphics.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Especially
Sometimes
in
intentionally
AFC.
misleading.
It would be great if they just started completely lying. Adam Taggart, centre back, Harry Souttar.
Honestly, if you've seen
Melbourne's-
NPL social media graphics, you'll know that's a cornerstone of some teams' strategies.
Well, didn't Patrick Kisnorbo pull that at some point? I could swear we got a team sheet and Jeremy McLaren was playing right midfield or something.
Yeah, no, we did. We got it. Was all the attackers and midfielders were all over the place. I think there was Aiden O'Neill might have been playing out wide as well.
Japan setting up for your favorite thing, Ante. The long diagonal.
Long diag.
Inshallah, we don't cop a goal from this diag from kickoff.
Would that be the biggest blow to your brand in a while?
No, we'll counterattack and score off this.
Just Australia feasting in transition would be interesting throughout this entire game.
Oh, Jesus.
Here we go.
I did look it up. The last time Australia had less of the ball in a game was the loss to South Korea back in 2019.
I thought we were about to concede off the diag.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm not very close.
Look, a part of me.
I haven't
Wow, it's
even
more.
got kicked
Yours
off.
is more on the wing.
I'm so behind as well because I'm on the Chromecast.
Yeah, I hadn't even kicked off.
Krustic in midfield.
Are you guys
Now we're
still
up.
seeing Scott McIntyre's cross?
Yeah.
Now I just got kicked
Yeah.
off now.
Yeah.
Long diag now.
Here we
4
go.
seconds
Here
in.
we go. Fall over there, ref.
All right.
I
I think I might need to move into the other room then.
This
Get on
is
the free
very
throw.
interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, goalkeeping mishap.
Jesus Christ.
Moy dwelling on
Ah, Jesus Christ.
it and dwelling on it and
Wait,
continuing
Nick,
to dwell.
Nick, what second are you?
Me?
Oh, Nick, you.
30
Nick,
seconds.
There's
okay.
three
There's
Nicks in the
three.
call.
30
Let's-
seconds.
Let's go surnames,
there he
please.
30 seconds, Ed. 38 now.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
he's-
40,
oh, mate.
and I still think I'm like a minute
Good,
behind.
very.
Look, real
Well, thank you.
G's are at a minute 11. So
My God.
I'm watching it on TV, but I think because I'm in the country, I'm like 2 seconds behind.
It just takes a bit longer for it to get there.
It does.
all right, so it looks to me it looks like Irvine and Krustic are playing as two
Yep.
deeper, and then you've
Moy
got
left.
Moy, and then Rogic.
Yeah, it looks
So-
like the Sydney FC.
Yeah, 4
No.
Arnie Ball is finally
great
on
feat.
tour.
Arnie ball feasting.
Here we go. Here we go.
in Asia.
That's fucking. Oh, well,
That's a free kick.
referee. That's
Yeah,
gonna be a foul.
I think that was a foul.
Oh no, they haven't.
Mm.
Very interesting.
Maybe this referee isn't union approved.
Like Moy as a winger, it's like, yeah.
Interesting.
But is he playing as a winger or is it?
I'm
Tuning
watching
in.
any football in Australia.
It's going to be bollocks. Like,
He's dropping quite deep.
That's
Oh,
nice
I'm
from
surprised at
Rogic.
how
Yeah,
much
like, that's, like-
ball we've had already.
like you look at how that that inverted or the kind of false winger play that Suffer Ball is renowned for. Like it kind of wants a player who wants the ball in tight, and that's not Aaron Moy. So it's kind of seems incompatible, but at the same time, we're likely going to be the reactive team in this scenario, so you can still kind of utilize his distribution in some respects.
So he's looking a little bit Simeone with the sort of 4 centre mids
Yeah.
across the midfield defensively. Just tucking
Oh,
in
it's like
narrow
just
4-4-2.
straight, yeah, it's straight 4-4-2.
I'll take a Simeone 1-0 win away in Tokyo.
That'd be
Cojones. Arnold's great big cojones.
I just mean in terms of his habit to use like Koke as
Yeah,
a
yeah,
winger.
yeah, yeah.
Speaking of, like,
Boy.
Oh,
Krustic is probably like the closest thing to have.
Well, Bayer's
Krustic
been
is like-
burned a couple of times already.
Krustic is probably like the closest thing we have to like a Rodrigo de Paul anyway. When you speak of
Yeah.
Simeone's terrorism, like he's I like it, but
Can't
at the
play-
same time, he's really not going to play ahead of Jukic at Eintracht now.
Mm.
Jukic is just better.
Jesus Christ, yeah. As he's got absolutely.
So-
I just
so
got
this
caught up with that as well.
skin
Yeah.
This
He's in all
Junior
sorts.
Ito is already tearing us up down that flank. It's twice now.
Where does he play? Like what club? Ito. He looks like a bit of a cult figure with that hair as well.
He's the Japanese Warwick Kappa.
No.
No, literally that hair is sick.
It's
He plays for
um,
Genk.
Yeah.
who was it he used to play for?
Genk. Oh,
Arsenal
wow.
back in the day? Inamoto?
Asano was playing for Arsenal.
No,
Nah,
yeah,
Inamoto back in like
yeah,
late
like
90s?
Unichi Inamoto.
Yeah.
Oh, I was talking about like recently.
No. We go way back.
What was it?
Inamoto had the blonde hair as well.
Yeah.
It was Nakata
So
had
did
the
Nakata,
blonde
yeah.
hair as well. Yeah, I swear if you're like Honda had the blonde hair, it's just like a.
You've also got
Super Saiyan.
Nakagawa at Yokohama with the peroxide right winger.
Also, the most important figure of all, Kazuchika Okada.
Rainmaker.
That's a wrestling nick.
I was gonna say, Joey, don't mention what he's
Harry.
professionally.
Gee.
Oh, mate. That's 2 blues from Harry. He's not had a good 5 minutes.
Yeah, like
Uh,
baby giraffe legs when the pace is quicker now.
Like he has been
I-
burned. He has looked very capable of being burned a number of times when he's been forced
I-
to scramble.
Don't know if that's a good thing for whoever who's Rafa Benitez, who might be having an eye on this match.
Are there genuine links to the Premier League, or is it more just like, wouldn't it be fun if we signed?
Oh, shit.
Carlton Ferguson.
I mean, lots of
Christ.
tabloid reporting. That was close.
Yeah,
Now,
Everton and Tottenham have been named.
What Indo should not
Apparently
be
Villa
winning
now
headers in the box.
Bates just caught again as well.
He's being, if you believe the tabloid reports, sized up as the Yerry Mina replacement at Everton.
Oh my god.
Mina's supposed to be leaving,
Hey,
which is
Oh, sorry, that wasn't in relation to like that. Just the defending.
So-
Sorry.
apparently,
giant.
Yerry Mina's off to Serie A, Ante.
by the way,
Wow.
Yerry Mina looks
Where?
like one
Yeah.
of the best dudes to go partying with.
You never lose him in a pub, would you?
We've taken
No.
we've taken 6 minutes to hijack it with City R talk, even during the Socceroos broadcast. This
Hey,
is fantastic.
No,
No, no
apparently he's
Milan, no wrestling.
no, well,
That's
apparently he's going to Fiorentina, Ante.
Ooh,
That-
Yeah,
that's one out of left field.
I think it's Fiorentina and Inter who want him. So I'm not
Inter,
sure who will end up.
they're not
Inter.
short on centre backs though, to be honest.
No way.
Yerry Mina with regular access to Italian wine. I don't know. That's a danger. That's risky.
Not a good mix.
That's a danger.
Do you think he's?
He
tempered
probably just
by
wants
the
to get away
Merseyside
from
weather?
Emi Martinez.
Oh,
Oi.
Oosh.
That
Ooh.
was.
that was a bit vicious.
I'm-
Naughty.
That's
Wow.
where I've been
Mina.
watching a lot of
Jesus
South
Christ.
American World Cup
I-
qualifying.
I'm going to
It's
move
actually
rooms.
not that bad.
Yeah.
No,
You
it was
would
fine.
have tried to get that guy sent off right there. You know,
It's like he kept his
around the
kept his studs down.
referee, act like you've been shot. You know, if we were Uruguay, that guy's
Oh,
on a yellow
shit,
card
yeah.
already.
You play futsal with too many South American guys, so you pick up bad habits. All right, Husey, I want you to tell me about your boy Minamino. Is he still your boy first and foremost, or
Always.
Are you
Always.
happy-
He's an
are you
absolute,
happy
he's
to
an
see him
absolute
depart?
mensch.
I love him.
He's a very sweet boy, Josh.
Who does he play for now?
Liverpool.
He still plays for Liverpool. Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Wasn't he at
Wow.
Southampton?
He's in the witness protection
On loan
program.
last
now.
year.
Yeah.
so?
From
That's
January.
the reverse route to most players.
Yeah.
Imagine
Hey,
him
don't-
getting relegated from Liverpool and having to go
Don't
play
s-
for Southampton.
Do not slander the best centre back in the world, Dejan Lovren. Like,
Oh, boys, what are we doing?
ooh.
Here he
That's-
comes.
No, but that was actually decent movement there to open up for Minamino.
Oh,
Finish
no.
it. Oh,
No.
Aziz.
Oh,
Aziz.
shit.
I mean, Aziz has had a shocker so far. And
Aziz had a shot.
Oy, oy,
But
oy.
that was actually
But it was also, like you said, we
when they
gave it
went
up
wrong.
way too easily.
That
that was
wasn't good.
Tanaka who scored.
Well,
Yeah.
Minamino right on cue.
Here we go.
Yeah, like receives the ball.
Just
But that was actually a
Like-
good, like
Wow.
there was that initial stretch so Minamino could pick the ball up in between
Don't
the
tell
lines.
me when I was, but I've been changing to get into the other rooms when I'm free to where we
Oh, it's
conceded.
fine.
All right. Nick, I've only just seen the goal, so you can
How is it?
experience it with me.
Was it a good goal? Because I'm
It was alright.
As is Beach,
Pushkas.
disaster class.
Pushkas Award.
don't tell me that.
Bloody.
Yeah, cause and
Oh,
effect. Like how we lost the ball there. It just wasn't good.
Can't play through them.
The thing is, like, we're an interesting, I mean, not an interesting team. We're a frustrating team in that we're kind of not exactly, like, I think, capable of, like, holding out for a 0-all, you know, denying them any chances. We're also not really capable of, like, holding the ball
Yeah,
and
that was
completely
like
denying them.
that was like the predominant thought I had as well. Like even just looking at the lineups, like what are we trying to do?
Yeah. It's like we're
Essentially.
caught between, like, look, we can't do either fully, so let's do half and half. And now we're 1-0 down after 8 minutes.
The inclination to stuff Aaron Moy into this lineup at all costs, no matter what it does to the collective, it's kind of
Is
gross.
Tim Cahill like?
Yeah, it is a bit. But at
Like-
least Timmy, you could lump the ball in his head and hope for the best.
Well, that's
He's got. And look at Moy, man.
Unless Aaron Moy's head changes to the shape it was in that City banner. I don't think that's a
you
viable
see that when
solution.
Taggart picked the ball up, like you just
Oh.
you've like, and that's. I mean, I don't like it, man. I just flat out don't like it.
All right,
Never done, man. Never done.
back to the delay.
I wonder if he thought. No, I can't imagine he thought that Moy would give Bayich extra protection that Mobile doesn't.
No.
No.
Not at all. I mean, Mobile works hard, but
Yeah.
Moy's main problem is that he's got like no defensive work rate, or doesn't really have the physical gifts to be a very effective presser and defender, especially on a flank.
But even in an attacking sense, like there's no trade off here. It's just like you've got this nondescript midfielder playing as a winger now. Anyway,
He
sorry,
does
I'll go
have-
back on mute.
Self-censorship from Ante. That's a
Oh.
nice challenge.
I also feel like, don't you need to get the ball in a bit quicker to stitch there? What kind of slow pass was that?
No.
Yeah.
Killed him.
Is this the same ref that we had in was it the Vietnam game when they had the penalty shout that wasn't
Yeah.
given?
He was
Is it
just
the-
some round for us, that referee.
Is it the same ref? Because he looks familiar, but I can't remember if it was from that game.
It's a good goal.
I'm not sure. I mean, it's a good finish, but like, Bayich just completely overcommits and
Mm.
It wasn't
Cyber's
like
not.
there is a slight deflection on the ball in.
yeah.
Mm.
So
Yeah, but
Bayich
the,
just misjudged
he
it.
makes the decision after the deflection, though, to go for
That's
it.
true. And I just like Bayich, so I just wanted to defend him a little bit.
Well, we've got the Bayich hate coming in the comments already. Callum Elder should plays consistently at Hull and surely should be ahead of him. I mean, he's never played for the Socceroos, has he? One cap, maybe?
Played like what off the
One
bench for 20
cap.
minutes, if that.
Yeah, so we don't really know. But I've never been wholly convinced by anyone in that left back spot, if I'm honest.
No, I mean, I'm not saying he's great. I'm just saying I don't know what other options we have in that position. I don't know.
Yeah,
Callum
Tim or
Elder.
Callum Elder, yeah.
I still
absolutely.
rep for my boy, but he's dropped off the radar.
Who, Brad Smith.
No, not Brad Smith.
Oh.
Where is he? He's playing France now. I've had a mental blank here.
Goes
Yeah.
It's
back.
back.
Goes back.
Yeah, he's the one I've enjoyed watching. But
I mean, I don't watch a lot of French second division football, so
Joey does. So
Oh.
you can ask
Sorry,
him.
we're
I
talking- we're talking Uber
I don't watch Grenoble.
Are
No,
we
you
talking
just-
Uber Eats?
Uber Eats 2, in fact.
Uber Eats 2
Uber D-
filled with
Uber
balls,
Duh.
man. Filled with balls. Great league.
Uber Eats the.
Sorry, I'll go back to mute now. My bad.
I don't mute. This is a conversation, aren't I?
it's interesting. Our first corner, because you think one thing Moy gives you is better delivery into the box.
Oh, that's
Oi.
Oh, that's not bad.
Do we think we'll get some like some different clapping routines or something from the fans, considering that's all they can do?
No, they
Like,
mentioned
maybe they've got some set chants.
there's a special fully vaccinated section that's allowed to chant and beat a drum.
Oh,
Oh,
So
Jesus.
I was speaking to Dan Orlowitz from the Japan Times on our preview show today, and I did ask him about the clapping and the stomping and whether it was just going to be the intro to We Will Rock You for the entire game. And then he sent me precisely that, a clip of the crowd a few minutes ago doing that exactly.
Oh,
Whoa!
decent.
Stomp, stomp, clap.
That was definitely a shot, right?
Yeah, all right, 100%.
Yeah, actually, I would give Frustich the benefit of the doubt that he went for that.
Not bad. Come on, lump it onto the big lad's head.
Oh, so
No, he did
pitching
exactly
it.
that.
Oh, that's another corner.
Oh,
No,
it has to
No touch.
Well, one thing is, I mean, they've been a little bit better on set pieces this time.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just kind of like they're just chipping it to a tall guy, so it's not exactly advanced stuff. But you know,
Something we couldn't do it
yeah. I mean,
in any of the other games or
they
at the
were
Olympics.
they were trying it before. They were just missing. So,
Yeah.
doing well. Improvement. Let's go.
Did Japan play all their home games here?
Pretty sure they do, yeah.
Is that I'm just now getting to the corner that Sutar headed back into the mixer, as it were. Is that just the second header he's had in the opposition penalty area this phase of qualification? I think he had one against Oman, and I can't remember him having a single one.
That is a Opta Jason question.
The silent rage.
Just give him the ball, man. For fuck's sake. Sorry, pardon my language. Like, it's just so bloody and then we're forced into that. Like, it's just, yeah, put Adam Taggart on an island, and yeah, like, and soccer Twitter will say, oh, Taggart's had a bad game. And it's like, Jesus Christ, like, how much does he have to do? Oh, God. Anyway.
Hey, Bakur.
Ah, Bakur.
How's it going?
Hola, guy. Hello.
Hello.
What's going on?
Hello.
Hello.
I
Are
joined
you
last.
watching on free to air or are you watching on 10 bold?
I'm on free to air.
10
Yeah.
bold is free to air.
10 bold
Yeah.
is free to
No,
air.
I'm
You
on
mean
my-
are you
sorry.
casting or watching terrestrial?
10 bold is a search.
I am like an old person and watching it normally on TV.
Yeah, that's the correct answer, because there are
You
several
boomer.
people watching on like up to a minute or two delay.
Okay.
I'm just I'm reading the Guardian's live blog.
Yeah, might as well be.
I'm listening on the wireless.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
That was pretty good from Endo there.
We've got some comments coming in, by the way. We can't see your comments on Twitter for whatever reason. So if you want to comment and talk to us, come over
YouTube.
to the Twitch stream. It's
What about
also on
YouTube?
YouTube and Facebook. Fried Tomato 384, great username, says, "Can someone tell Joey he has a nice voice? Lol, kind of half Aussie, half British."
The brand is stronger than ever.
I have a nice voice.
Why can't Fried Tomato just tell him that?
The soothing
himself?
tones of Joseph.
I'm
Donnelly
available
Lynch.
for
Fried
weddings,
tomato.
birthday parties, and bar mitzvahs near you.
Shalom.
Okay.
That's better. That's
better.
better.
Well, Krstić was involved. Of course it was better.
Oh,
The
that's
Krstić
crap.
Rogic axis, the verticality in the
like,
team.
like Rustic was there at the top of the box, and like it's just just give him the ball, man.
Oh, that was clever.
Like, he's actually getting into good spots. Like, that's the worst thing about it. And it's like, now we have teammates who are just unwilling to, like, it's one thing to move into those spots, and now it's another to actually have the balls to kind of make those passes, or try to make those passes like that there, and live with the consequences. But
Moyes just
anyway.
a vestigial element in this lineup.
They look so out of place.
Nice, Karacic. Nice.
And watch him like, watch him score or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
By the way, is this the game where Karacic cements his starting right back spot?
100%.
I mean, I don't think you can ever fully rule Ryan Grant out of a Graham Arnold side.
Correct.
Every part of his body.
I reckon this is the game that Karacic becomes a regular member of the starting 11. A bit like Krstić did, what was it, 4 or 5 games ago where
He scored the free kick.
he kind of broke in and it was like, okay, this guy's going to start every single game for us.
Yeah.
All in love.
Good touch, ref.
Uh-oh.
Don't complain. That stopped their attack. This is good refereeing. We need another stopper in the middle of midfield. Make a few interceptions.
No, we need a stopper up front. Josh.
Yeah, true. Get Mitch Duke on.
Mitchell Duke.
No,
Mitchell
60
Duke.
minutes. 60 minutes. Sorry, we can't do it from the 20th.
Break glass in case of emergency. Mitch
Oh.
Duke.
Mitchell Duke.
I wonder at what point during this tenure will we see Harry Sutar play up front in the J. Rich Bagaloo role?
What's our last fixture to qualify?
Could it happen today?
I know.
The playoff against the United States.
Yeah, exactly.
We're sitting pretty at the moment.
That looms as like the biggest Spider-Man pointing meme in the history of football.
That would also be Armageddon. Just
I don't know if you guys covered it in the pre-game chat, which I missed a little bit of, but all the kind of talk going into this was, okay, 11 wins in a row is great, 11 wins in a row, history, which is really good, right? Obviously. And if someone asked me before this, are they going to win 11 games in a row? I would have said, I think they'll slip up at one stage. But when you look at every single one of those games, the fixtures, look, we were pretty obviously the favourites in all of those games.
Yeah.
And Japan, in the first round of qualifying, they won 8 out of 8, exactly like we did. I think was like 46 goals, 2 conceded. Like, it's the first round of Asian qualifying is kind of.
And to be honest, outside of, let's say, the China game, and even then we were kind of fortunate with the missed penalty call. We weren't exactly convincing in the last few games.
Well, and I saw a stat coming into this, which was, and it was a very small sample size, but it was in this round of qualifying. So these 3 games that we've played and 3 games that Japan have played, we're outperforming our expected goals.
Massively.
And they are, and Japan is underperforming their expected goals, which, is only good if we have some incredible finisher.
Like there's not
every chance.
Look, that doesn't necessarily, mean like hard fast. Like that could be,
it's also a small
you look at
sample
stuff like
size,
you look at,
games.
and not just that, but like, that could be a collation of, or like a collection of, really small half chances. Like I tend to kind of like, I know XG obviously matters, but like, and obviously you don't want to look at it in isolation, but like, I think looking at stuff like, just XG per shot is kind of more indicative. I'll look at where we're at in that respect, but you know what, I'll do that now. Because
because you actually have stat and stuff. That's good. Because
is now the time where I throw to Ed Gooden for him to troll everybody about his opposition to the use of XG.
I'd like to hear it though.
I completely zoned out of the conversation as soon as I heard.
We're just talking about XG. I just thought you'd like to get in your pedestal.
We're not going to cop it from someone wearing a Wallabies jersey.
Not worth my time. Is
No, seriously,
playing Nick Stoll? I can't see
I am.
Oh,
I like Ed, for real though. I'm curious. Like, I'd like to hear like your thoughts.
They're non-sentient. I wouldn't want to hear them.
lucky.
No, seriously. Like,
No, seriously, they're non-sentient.
come on, man.
I think
Like,
it's an ongoing. It's a running bit.
Okay,
It's
sorry,
actually
my bad.
just the roll up.
The running bit, Ante, is
It's
that
it's
sorry.
the
the running bit is that XG does a terrible job at predicting scores because it always seems to be wrong. So I say that it's a really bad measure. It's never correct.
It's just
always
it's
like,
just to
they
make Lockie
underperformed
angry.
or overperformed. It's never like they performed.
It's true. You never get someone get exactly 2.00.
I want to see that one day. Then I'll respect that.
I think half the reason you do it is just to roll up Lockie because he just gets so fired up about
It's
it.
true. If Young Boy was here right now,
Where is he?
Yeah, we need young boy.
Did he give up on football?
I think he's just watching a Scotland Israel replay. I assume.
Yeah.
Hey, good result.
I think Scotland's playing tomorrow morning, so I'll be getting the Z's before that.
looking at the current possession stats. So basically, it's now the Socceroos have 63% of the ball to Japan's 37. It feels like the second Japan got a 1-0 lead, they just immediately sat back and said, all right, we've got a lead. There is absolutely no way they're playing through us.
Yeah,
and now that they have to play with it, we'll just sit back and hit them on the counter.
I actually thought coming into this, the conditions of the game suited us in that if we held out for a while, Japan would get anxious, have to push more forward, space would open up. But the way that we lined up didn't suggest that was the plan. And then we conceded after 8 minutes, and now we're in trouble.
It was just a terrible opening 10 minutes.
Yeah. Oh,
and now
well done.
Oh, well done, Maddie.
Yeah, and for all the 63% possession, have we got like possession in the box once that wasn't from a corner?
No,
I don't think so.
That is shocking.
Oh, what a touch.
Very good, Kappa.
I mean,
Is that Ito?
Yeah.
Okay, is it 2-0?
No, but
no.
Okay.
Matt Ryan just fluffed an embarrassing clearance skywards and not even out of play.
Okay. All right. Here's a rule. You have to, if there is a goal, before you go, you have to announce that there's a goal.
Yeah.
Not so I'm just left guessing. Okay.
Like actually yell goal. Like go full Mexican commentator. Just go ahead.
No, there's a bit of an issue we've got playing out from the back here, shall we say?
Sorry, let me just can we just for a moment just mourn the death of Pro Evolution Soccer with seeing those eFootball ad hoardings. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a sad moment. I mean, I personally prefer Who Ate All the Pies hoarding, but
these colors don't run.
Yeah.
Wait, so it's like, is it just is eFootball terrible now? Like, is it?
They've massacred my boy.
So did Pro Evo get replaced by
the gameplay has changed
completely, and like the very concept of the game, let alone the gameplay, it's like
what's for esports now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like free to play, but you have to buy teams and things. It's
oh, what the hell?
It's
really?
It's a very like smartphone game model of
that's
transplanted.
Really crap.
Esports has ruined Pro Evo, and now we go to Ray Gatt for our guest comment.
Oh my god! Football gaming has died this year. Right?
You know what was a great football game? TIFF. This is football because you can dive in it.
Yes,
so much fun.
We had the original like This Is Soccer 98 on PlayStation 1, and you could press like R1, L1 and dive intentionally. I did that all the time against my brother, and like he would fume.
Wasn't that in one edition of FIFA, and then like FIFA, the actual organization, FIFA made them take it out?
Hey, did you see?
You
FIFA might be losing the naming rights to FIFA.
Really?
What
I
would
think
it be?
they're intentionally considering withdrawing because they pay like millions and millions, like over $100 million a year just to call it FIFA.
So EA Sports.
Surely you just replace it with a double E.
FIFA.
Okay.
PHEEFA.
Japan, by the way, sorry, just to bring it back to that XG discussion.
Yeah.
Japan actually have below 10%, like an XG per shot of below 0.10. So that's like pretty bad. So it's probably like a collection of just bad attempts, half chances.
Yeah.
Australia not much better in that respect in comparison to other teams. Like Iran averaged the highest XG per shot at 0.15, and there are a bunch of teams ahead of them. But Australia is at 0.12. Like it's not too bad. It's basically average in that respect.
So that stat is to measure against XG to make sure it's not just adding up like a whole lot of low percentage tries from outside the area. If you take 50 shots from outside the box, and none of them are likely to go in.
Yeah, exactly.
So it doesn't give you a false reading, right?
Yeah. So sorry.
No, I was just going to say, you mentioned Iran. For someone who hasn't checked them play in a while, has Sada Azmoun come out of retirement for them?
Mm-hmm.
So he's back and killing it, I'm assuming.
Oh, Aziz again.
Pretty good.
More comments coming through on the live streams. Devek has posted a quote from the producer of the new Viacom CBS coverage about including expected goals, pass mapping, and possession mapping in their coverage.
Take that, Ed.
There you go.
Ed in shambles.
I've seen on Mark Goldbridge's career mode in FIFA 22 that XG is in FIFA.
Really?
It's funny because it is really penetrating. Like,
but it's at the same time, it's such a bastardization of the concept of XG as well. Like just like XG is not to be used for isolated games, and not necessarily not to be used, but it's not like it's kind of counterproductive.
I mean,
from
all
a standpoint
stats,
of indication and
like in
reflection.
small sample sizes, all stats are misleading.
Exactly.
I have a question. I'm seeing a bunch of Japanese players wearing headbands, and as someone who is about to play football tomorrow for the first time with quite long lockdown hair,
You do not need a headband, no.
well,
correct, son.
No, you're fine. You
wonder-
don't need a headband.
No.
You
Nick.
don't need the shoelace either.
No.
What
Nick,
is-
here's what you do. You go out ahead of National Bandana Day and buy a canteen bandana, and you wear a
Nice.
canteen
That's
bandana.
true.
in
Good
your
plug.
hand.
Good plug. Good plug. And
Nice,
you can
Joseph.
have website will bottom of the screen right now.
If you go to bandana, just Google bandana day, it'll come up. You
Oh.
can get a nice camouflage one that'll make you look very badass with a nice camo like this one here,
Yeah.
like one I
All right.
prepared earlier.
Good job.
I think I bought the sushi one actually.
That's a very nice one as well, if not somewhat traitorous, given that we were about to play Japan.
Poor timing. It hasn't arrived yet.
I wanna look like Hernan Crespo, like mid 2000s.
The aim is to look like Nathan Bracken if you ever wear a headband. That's as
Yeah.
good as you can get.
There's
I've
always
just
one
lost
call that like it makes it just like completely ruins me in whenever we do these. Like it just
It
gets me
flies
one
over
time.
half of our heads.
Nathan Bracken.
You're a legend, man.
He was
Can I have the
cricketer,
comparison?
Steaming in for the
yes.
Paddington end.
Oh my god, I've totally forgot about Nathan Bracken.
He
It's
played
a
with
very,
a
very
headband.
very obscure late 2000s Aussie cricket reference, Ed.
Yeah, that's
Very
Oh,
obscure.
Didn't play many tests, but it was a good one
The
day.
headband.
Stoll, I want to see the expectation versus reality meme of your Hernan Crespo impression. So do wear a headband.
I will. I just
Wear
need
the
to find-
bandana, fold it, and wear the bandana as a headband.
But
Low-key,
what are they? Are
Crespo-
they just like elastic
They've
headbands?
got,
Yeah,
like,
so.
I actually did have to used to wear one, and they've got like a, I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like a sticky band.
Yeah,
It's like a rubber band and will hold your hair.
Okay.
yeah.
Let us
I've
know
been
in the
wearing them
comments.
too.
Best place to get headbands for football.
Rebel Sport.
Rebel
Yeah.
Sport,
I
really?
used to play with the one Pablo Sorin shoelace
Yeah.
and just tied it and lost all circulation to my brain. while
Yeah,
I
well,
was playing.
that's kind of what I'm worried about.
Nice. That's just from a pure footballing standpoint. That was a nice pass and movement.
And the resulting headache is never eased, has it, Ante,
No.
watching Australian football?
Let's not go there. Just yet.
We've got some comments coming through on YouTube. Cindy Taylor says Kyogo has 8 goals in 11 games in Scotland. He's magic right now. Japan have only scored 2 goals in 4 games, and Kyogo didn't play more than 30 minutes in any of them.
Well, he was the one I was most scared of heading into this game, especially coming up against our defense. So I was surprised not to see him in the team.
I think Ante was most scared of Aaron Moy playing.
Got some Saudi Arabian fans supporting Australia in the YouTube stream. Here.
They want
Congrats.
Japan in the mud.
Congratulations on your purchase of Newcastle.
Oh dear. Yeah, big week for Saudi Arabia.
It's a big week, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so we've got some Saudi Arabian fans watching along with the stream.
It seems to be the
Yeah.
case. Yeah.
Shout out to Vince Rigaro. Remember that like kerfuffle? Like, poor guy, man.
Oh, Vince.
Someone has commented "Furu fake" in response to the Furuhashi Profound. I guess he couldn't fit pen in front of his name, so I had to go with fake instead. I love you.
Pen for actually.
Oh.
I mean, this is Moriyasu saving his job today if he wins this. Much to the chagrin of many Japanese football fans. I'm not
Us
sure if
keeping-
they want to win this game.
And us keeping Japan in contention for a top 2 spot. And we could have and that was probably the biggest thing about this game. Like they could have been put away tonight in that respect.
Oh, Jesus
my
Christ.
They have been.
This is so.
It's stupid.
Surely a goal.
Oh, great save.
Okay, what is happened
no
for
goal.
us?
How did
Laggy.
no
No
goal?
goal, Joey.
No goal.
But how's he
No
missed
goal?
that?
No, I think it was an interception.
Yeah, it was a hospital pass back to Ristich, I reckon.
Oh.
Toe poking.
Osaka just went
Oh,
on this
geez, yeah, he was-
slaloming run after we lost the ball on a halfway line and then put it just wide.
Is that just what happens when you
Christ.
just become a little bit too selfish in front of goal and just
Oh,
do
he-
too much?
He had to shoot
Nah.
though.
It's
Yeah,
kind
no,
of
but
like
no,
Do you
but
think
no.
it's karma though, Pakua, for keeping the ball
It's-
for so long?
Bruce
Yeah,
It's
like
kind-
I
yeah,
just like
Ristich
just
was
just
hanging
take the
out to
shot.
dry,
What's all
man.
this fancy footwork?
No, like I guess
Come on.
Ristich.
it's
I
the
must
worst when
say-
people dribble into the box and kind of still wait for the defense to make or the defender to make the initial move. It's like force them to kind of react to what you're doing. But that happens so much where like a player runs into the box and effectively just runs into a dead end because they don't know what they actually want to do in that situation and not
What do
really
you want?
play
He's
with
got so
clarity.
confused. Oh,
Yeah.
So, just to talk to how we were saying, Taggart
Go,
is
go, go, go.
isolated.
Oh, that's
How
better,
about-
Aaron. That's better, Aaron.
Made a decoy.
Martin Boyle.
Yeah.
Martin Boyle has made one accurate pass this half and one dribble.
Young boys SPFL propaganda is in the mud tonight.
So
He's having to play with his back to goal too often though.
yeah, no, he's not. He's not
Like
getting the ball. He's not getting the ball. But
He
it's
just
just like
got it then and won a free kick. But like
With his back to goal.
But he's got to get the.
He's got to want the
facing
ball.
goal.
But 35 minutes in, you're attacking midfielder or attacker if you want. One
He's the second
accurate
striker
pass.
today.
Yeah, one accurate pass for your second striker in 35 minutes.
Yeah. Not
So you
good.
look at that space where like you've got Rogic, Taggart,
Ooh.
Boyle,
Oh,
basically
here we
within
go.
10 meters of each other.
Oh, unlucky.
Mm.
And that's probably not probably that's been the case for the most part of this game. Like he's had a really high starting position and tried to drop into space after what with the central midfielders trying to drag Morita and Endo out, and then he'll kind of in a second phase play in, but it's not very functional because anyway.
How did we lose the ball?
It's the question we're all asking.
I just like that Ante starts explaining something and then just finishes with, anyway, what are you going to do? I've said it before. Nothing changes. Here we are. 2021. Same as 2017. Same as 2019.
Every answer ends in one word.
Days. Oh my
Oh,
days. What? How
Oh,
is he?
Thankfully,
crap
there's
cross.
only one in the box.
oh lucky.
Joey, no goal. No goal, Joey.
Yes, well done.
You got lucky then.
No goal.
Another overcommitment from a fullback.
Yeah, and then like I was saying, like we were lucky we only had Osako in the box, and that Ito didn't really didn't really get a move on earlier in the phase.
Honestly, your initial reaction to the lineup style was completely spot on. I mean, we could use a Mobile in this situation. Bit of width. Someone as a target in transition and
Yeah,
to
it's
just
just-
stop the attack being so crowded in one space.
I just don't see what Moy has given us, really.
He's offered nothing, just being
like-
a passenger at the moment.
Like,
You're 36.
He occupies like a borderline deified position amongst
Oh.
Socceroos fans.
That's,
though.
that's all right.
It's crazy to me.
Irrationally.
Oh,
because he has
'Cause he's
quite
arse.
good. No, because he has quite good technical ability. That's why.
No,
And he
even
played
that
in the
is
Premier
like
League.
questionable, man.
Because he played in the Premier League and he had that fucking.
Oh,
baller
sorry, I
season.
forgot. The name
for-
recognition index matters.
He also had that baller season for
Oh.
Melbourne City 5 years ago.
he's just ripped him.
Like imagine the name recognition index if Mobile was if Mobile started instead of Moy. Like, oh wow, how good must Mobile be if he's keeping Aaron Moy out of the squad? Anyway.
My God, he just got absolutely. Jesus.
Drive,
Oh,
man.
Sainsbury got absolutely.
My
Yeah, they got rinsed, both of them.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, he's just...
Half has felt like it's gone for an hour.
Oh no.
That has felt long, hasn't it?
What's the
Yeah.
percentage stat at the moment? Like how much?
For possession.
Yeah, what's it look like?
I think we've had more of the ball. I think it's like 55-45 or something.
It's now back to 52-48. So in the past 10
Right.
minutes or so, Japan has seen a lot more of the ball.
That's our ball. Oh, Lino.
Every time we play the ball central, it always makes me so nervous. I feel like we're going to turn it over.
That's very worrying. Anytime the ball goes into the center of the pitch, no, I can't have that.
Those with
No,
a laptop in front of
literally.
them. Sorry, just an aside. For those with a laptop in front of them, the AFC's website is actually really good for Match Center. You've got a lot in terms of heat maps and average positions, and yeah, it's really good stuff for anyone interested. I used a lot of that when I was still writing on the Socceroos.
Good stuff.
So because they use Opta's like event data, it's very good stuff.
Is that an in-game advertisement that
No.
can charge?
No. I'm not an Opta user, a subscribed Opta user. So, but just from for anyone intrigued, that's all.
All right. I'm checking out Martin Boyle's average position to see where he's been hiding.
Yeah, but average position is more.
Is
predicated
Arzani
on-
getting dropped?
Azani and Genre aren't on the team sheet.
So, average position is more predicated on touches of the ball as opposed to starting position.
Actually, where he is. Okay. Well, Martin Boyle is.
So he's got really.
It's a very funny average position.
It's like really high up.
He genuinely looks like he's playing in a different. Like he's been told to train away from the regular players.
And so
He's doing
Moyes
the Ashley Cole.
Yeah, he's just he's warming up near the corner flag where everyone else is playing in the middle.
And there's no connection between Moy and Behic as well, which is not something that's unforeseen, Anyway, there's Taggart.
Go.
Taggart, Rogic.
Nice.
Finish.
Oh,
yeah, baby.
Boy.
No goal.
No goal.
I guess there was no goal from Afos's yelp in pain.
For a second, Aaron
strength.
Moy looked like he was going to score.
Yeah.
Brand strength if Taggart put that away. Oh my god.
41 minutes.
You got to be kidding me.
I'm just watching it now. That's a bit tragic.
Oh no.
What the hell was that?
Was that Karacic who had that shot?
I like Karacic. We're not criticizing him yet.
I don't know if it was Karacic.
What a little.
That was lovely from Rogic. And the shot was saved. There was a touch from the keeper.
Yeah.
That defense just opened up so quickly.
Yeah.
Good save.
That's rough.
Save.
It's a great save. But the composure from Rogic was sensational to put the ball back to Taggart rather than panic and shoot.
Yeah. Great little slip
The
ball.
game slows down for Rogic. He's just people comparing him to Moy is just crazy to me. He's a different class.
What compares Rogic to Moy?
Well, in terms of which creative player
That's
are we
actually
going to build our team
slight
around?
deflection there. Yeah.
Am I able to
That is
share
a
my screen here?
fantastic save. Oh, hello. Here we go.
Yeah, you can share your
Josh?
screen.
Yeah, if that's all right.
Yeah, go for it.
Let me.
Tell us what you're going to share first.
I'm just going to show.
As long as it's SFW.
Yeah, it's safe for work. Just let me close some tabs. I don't want to. Anyway. Let me. Okay. Share.
Oh, geez.
So that's Aaron Moy's touch map.
Hang on a second, Ante. I just have to fix something with regards to our capture because the screen share has decided to turn the entire screen black. So bear with us on the
lovely.
screen here for a second.
I'll stop my share if you want.
No, it's okay. Keep it going. I'll fix it.
The Twitch stream is a black screen.
Continue the lecture, Professor.
Here we go.
Jukic.
Fixing it now. I'm
By the
on
way,
it, guys.
I would say at halftime, I would take off.
Oh, Minamino.
I would take off Moy for Mobile if Mobile is fit. Do we have any reason to suspect that Mobile isn't fit?
No.
Nah, maybe it's
Well-
a fresh leg thing. Yeah.
Well, Arnie said that they were all fit. So
Would you guys look at bringing on Economides, maybe even as well?
yeah.
Could do.
Maybe later.
All right, cool. We have a screen up now.
Okay, cool. So this is Moy's touch map.
Show Boyles.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do now. Boyle. Wow.
Oh.
Someone doesn't want the ball.
Really impacting the game in the important areas there.
Are they showing
So
Matthew?
that's not our right winger. That's our second striker.
I like how they've got Matthew Ryan's middle name, Matthew David.
Yeah, that's kind of AFC naming convention. They always
Honestly,
all the
middle
Angelos
names.
Posticos.
I've seen streakers come on the pitch and have more touches than
I wanna
Martin
see
Boyle
it.
has in 44 minutes.
Ugh. Look at that, just like chasm in between, like in the width of the penalty area in the opposition half. Just like, don't give me the ball, man.
Give me Rogic.
All right.
Give me a Tom Petr Rogic.
And look at that.
Yeah, there you go.
Middle of the park.
Oh no.
Oh,
Anyway, okay, I'll stop my sharing now. But I think we've kind of, made the
Some
made the
data
point
to back
here.
up our
assertions. Yeah, assertions. Sorry. Yeah, we just don't want the ball in certain areas, but that's and like Boyle and Moy in one respect are a kind of secondary in this discussion because we're still kind of playing with Irvine and Rustic, who are I think they're kind of disjointed as a pairing and as a tandem. Like, I don't know what Jackson Irvine actually brings. And he played in other phases of qualification. He played as like that late entry into the box, basically as just a tall and clumsy version of Riley McGree or Connor Metcalf. I don't know.
A tall and clumsy version of Riley McGree.
Yeah, who's in his own right, like not exactly
Yeah,
the.
you can tell
most
I
Ante
mean,
is not
refined.
Irvine is come on. Like Irvine has been way better than like McGree, for example. McGree has been totally ineffectual in a Socceroos jersey.
Yeah, but but I'm not talking about player quality in isolation.
Yeah,
but, like
okay,
you
style,
just in terms of profile and
Profile.
kind of impact. Yeah, I don't like you.
Irvine's not good for build up. What he does is runs into the box, but we can't get to the box because he's having to participate.
And this is a thing. Like, I guess as ever with Australian or the Socceroos specifically over the past, 2 qualification cycles, how prohibitive does midfield composition become? And especially against better opposition, especially in context of the, of the cheerleading, the winning streak against the likes of, Chinese Taipei and Nepal and, I don't know.
I mean, if your midfield composition isn't ideal, you need serious options ahead of the ball and reference points for players moving off the ball to make
Exactly right.
that creative burden and constructive burden, I guess you call it.
But it's still like you still have a relative degree of like rigidity in that respect. I don't see, even if we were to bring Mabi along, like how much of a net gain will it be, for example? Like, because I don't think Japan are now going to be really exerting any energy in taking the game to Australia. But anyway, you might give us width, might give more space to Rogic, but yeah.
Is there a second midfielder alongside Rustic that you would?
Do
like
we
to
play?
see tried?
Do we really play in this 4-2-2-2 formation? Who like
or 4-2-3-1, or it's going to be some
like
variation on that.
this is the Supper Ball formation anyway. But like, do we go with, let's say, a 4-3-3 with any kind of combination between Genre, Jego, and Hrustic. Even Hrustic as a center midfielder, like as a six, like there's a reason now Jakic has taken his spot after a cup of coffee at Eintracht. It's because he understands the position better, and it's like Glasner. Okay, Glasner is a terrorist, but he wants certain things from his midfielders.
But Hrustic only started playing as a six recently, right?
That's right. In the same way, that's why I made the comp between like Hrustic and basically our version of Rodrigo de Paul. Like he's technically great, and in transition he's gonna be effective, but like from a positional standpoint, I'm unsure if he's going to be really having a damaging effect on the opposition, like defensive structure and shape. And that's where,
See, this is why I assumed that Hrustic would go back to the right flank, and Moy and Irvine would be playing as the deep pairing.
That's right.
But at the moment, it looks totally ridiculous. It's just square pegs and round holes. Honestly, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess of a team.
Yeah. We need to, sorry.
You started off so softly, and then you
don't. Sorry, Josh, don't go from 0 to 100 because more criticism of the Melbourne Mafia will come out.
Not gonna lie, guys. I've seen some takes on Twitter, people blaming Adam Taggart for doing nothing. But how's he supposed to get on the ball? How is he supposed to get on the ball?
You literally said that.
Oh my god!
So Ante, just feeding exactly what you said. I literally just read a take and was like, can't not say it.
Yeah, Taggart's on an island out there, man. What do you expect of this man?
I love this comment, by the way. I love this comment from Devek. If Arnie is going to revert to his Sydney FC habits in a 4-2-2, the best Australian defensive midfield two I can think of are Luongo and Armini, with Hrustic and Rogic playing the Ninko and other German guy role. Bam Johan. Wonder how Armini recovers from his knee injury and if Luongo will ever get out of League One. I mean, Luongo's injured as well at the moment. And Fried Tomato, the man who liked, the person who liked
the great username,
half and half accent. 2 halftime questions for Stolic. Firstly, how's Lucy Zelich going? I miss her. Is she in the APL sides for a role? I don't think that's your business to discuss, but anyway. Secondly, fun fact, I remember I once walked past Stolic in the Central Station underpass in Sydney, and he had a Liverpool jersey on.
Oh,
wow. Shout out Fried Tomato. First of all, how are you frying your tomatoes? What olive oil are you using?
Is it like a fried green tomato, like a Southern American, breaded?
First to answer the question, Lucy is doing pretty well.
Shout out to Lucy.
She's just taking a little bit of a break from broadcasting at the moment, spend some time with her family. But she'll be back broadcasting for someone somewhere for sure in the future. But yeah, I think she's doing really well. And then second, you saw me wearing a Liverpool jersey in Central Station, which, I've been there millions of times. I mean, how long ago? I want to know, Fried Tomato, what year are we talking? I don't know. I'm trying to think if I played on an indoor team that had a Liverpool jersey.
What's the, has anyone got the, TV not on mute to kind of relay to us what's being said here?
I've got it on very low, if that counts for anything, but I'm not listening.
Okay. Sorry.
I'll suss it out for you, Ante.
Thank you, Joshua.
But yeah, let me know in the comments where else you've seen me around Sydney and in what football jerseys.
Would have been 2019, Fried Tomato reckons.
Me in a Liverpool jersey in 2019?
Wow.
I don't think
Exposed.
I don't know. I'm just thinking maybe you saw someone else, like 5'9" white dude in Sydney.
I could picture Stoll wearing RM Williams boots, a light blue shirt and a puffy vest, and you would look the same as everyone else.
But I did have what was described to me by my girlfriend as a fuckboy denim jacket, which seemed to everyone.
Nothing wrong with a denim jacket.
Did it have the fur lining?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I'm sorry, that's a distinction that has to be made here.
But yeah, no, I don't think I haven't owned a Liverpool jersey since about 2002. That white away one that they had when they won the UEFA Cup, or maybe the year after.
Wait, which one was it? The white with the navy blue?
Yeah, if they had like two kind of
Yeah, that was the year they won the UEFA Cup.
Right? Yeah, I like that one. But no, yeah, I don't know. I haven't won a Liverpool jersey. I don't think, unless it was for an indoor team or something. Maybe. Unless, you know what it might have been? It might have been the Cultural Leonessa jersey I have. It kind of looks like a Liverpool jersey. It's white and red. So
Have it, man. If only you put that away.
Good chance.
Yeah.
I tell you who would have put that away? Mitch Duke. Killer instinct.
Jamie McLaren would have put that away.
Should have started Duke from the start.
Okay, so I just had a little sauce of the halftime consensus among the brains trust over there at CBS Viacom, and it seems to be we conceded an early goal, therefore the control of the game is out of our hands, and Japan can sit off and counter us instead of the other way around. That seems to be the analysis that we're getting. I mean, I only listened to a couple of minutes, but that was basically the point that was echoed by Wilkshire and GT just then.
So you just wasted a few minutes of your life? Is that what you're saying?
And also Fried Tomato it swears it was you, but is now flaking on whether it was a Liverpool jersey or not.
Yeah. You know what? Hold up, boss.
All right.
Just to make sure.
Look, if you ever do see me out and about, feel free to say hello to me. I'll probably be a bit awkward and go, "Oh, hi. Oh, nice to meet you." Okay.
He said it was definitely you. We made brief eye contact, but we both looked away awkwardly. This sounds like a meet cute at this point.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Fried Tomato. You should have.
Oh, I forgot to apologize to Pakua for my cat being in the frame.
No,
Sorry.
I saw it before. I don't want to comment on it. It's all right, you know.
What's the problem with the cat?
Pakua is scared of cats.
Because they're feral animals. They belong. I'll be honest with you. They're not house animals. So how can they be a pet? They're on the street.
Yeah, but all animals are on the street.
No. This is my thing. Yeah. Not. How can you buy a cat and it spends more time in my yard than it does in your house? How does that work? That's your pet. That's my pet then.
That's a good point.
I'm not a fan.
It does freak me out that cats can go like just off on their own for a couple of days and then come back.
They just a freaky.
There you go,
freaky. No, you know, Nick's cat is a super villain. Look at that cat. It's a villain. I'm telling you. The next James Bond movie, Nick's cat is going to be in it for sure. I can just see it.
He's fine. He's fine.
No. It's got
cats looking after themselves.
No.
No, they don't leave their droppings lying around.
No,
here's a question. If a footballer was to be reincarnated as a cat, who would it be? And I reckon, or Dimitar Berbatov.
100%, 100%.
He's a sloth.
That's such a great name.
He's like an elegant sloth.
Hey, he's running for president of Bulgarian Football Association.
Really?
Wow.
Didn't Stilian Petrov do that at one stage, or was it?
So it's Petrov and Berbatov are running like a campaign together.
Oh, okay. Because I know Stilian Petrov was, I know like this. I read this a while back. Like he wasn't happy with the state of like CSKA Sofia at one stage, and I think it was like Ludogorets were, you know, the might of Ludogorets Razgrad were, you know, running rampant in Bulgaria. And
I haven't read the full article. I just read like the first sentence that said Dimitar Berbatov is running, and I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if he got not taking
running around the 10.
See, this is funny because I've just been reading tweets where FNR's been tagged, and someone's asking where can I find radio coverage of the game, and people are suggesting FNR's watch along stream. So they're going to turn it on.
Yes.
And we're going to be talking about which footballers are cats.
You know,
let us know in the comments.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you say Rebic would be a cat on catnip or something like that? Could you just run around all over the joint for like 20 minutes and then just die?
Rebic is like
Headless Chook sounds like.
Yeah, I was about to say like a Jack Russell just running around everywhere, but like Headless Chook, that's probably more accurate.
Jack Russells are known to actually be quite smart.
Are they? Are they though?
If you treat them right,
leg, weren't they?
If you treat them right, that's right.
Fraser?
No, there is.
Fraser.
Sorry, I've never eaten salad and scrambled eggs together.
Surely Maldini would be a cat. Nick.
Maldini.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
surely,
actually
for
yeah. No,
sure.
he'd be like a Sphinx cat.
Yeah.
all
100%.
Italians
Are
would
you
be
enjoying
house
this
cat.
ad that's going on, Pakua?
I'm not. I'm really actually. You know what? I don't
Elite
hate
creatures.
kittens. Kittens are cute, but like, don't
No,
come
we-
near me.
Pilo's got a big cat vibe.
Yeah, all
Oh,
Italians
yeah.
are cats.
He's the type of cat who'd have to
Not all.
feed
Gattuso.
the fancy wet food.
Gattuso is not a cat.
Gattuso's a bulldog.
I agree with
man.
you, Ed. I agree.
He's a bulldog.
Attaccare.
Cannavaro is
You just see
done.
Gattuso looking at Berlusconi like, bro, what? And he's like, yes, we've managed to hijack it with Milan chat.
By the way, Gattuso still holds the best press conference of all time.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Not
debatable.
sure. Not sure if it can be better.
When
Debatable.
where is Gattuso gonna surface now?
I
Just
don't know if-
quickly
I don't-
before we get back to it.
I don't even know if Gattuso holds the best Italian in foreign country press conference.
Go on.
I
Provide a
would
challenger.
still say Giovanni Trapattoni when he was coach of Bayern Munich.
Oh, that's a good shout. That's a good shout.
But however, Gattuso is a more contemporary example.
One of the big failings of the A-League is we haven't had one Italian coach, have we?
Hey, Thursday Cosme's coming one day. It's gonna happen.
We haven't had one Italian coach. Just get one
Hey,
Italian coach to come out here.
Get Gattuso to the A-League, man. That would be so entertaining.
I mean,
We had-
Guangzhu Evergrande is just
Yeah,
gone under. I mean, surely
Cannavaro.
Cannavaro's available.
If Evergrande goes under, I'm not sure we have the money to pay for anything. Like,
Yeah, countrywide recession.
sorry. Like, let's talk about another apocalypse here. Let's not talk about the Australian financial crisis.
All right, before we start the second half, Fried Tomato.
What a halftime show. by
Fried
the way.
Tomato, that is no way you're asking too many questions. We love all of the interaction. He says, seeing as it's halftime, who's your quick early tip for the A-League title this year?
Oh,
Just give us the team, no
Sydney
explanation.
FC.
West United.
City.
City again.
City.
Brisbane
City
Roar.
for me.
City.
Brisbane.
I do like it. They're going to
I
be
do
fun.
love Warren Moon. I do love Warren Moon.
They're going to
Sydney
be fun.
FC have signed
It's
Burgess. You know how
going
good
to
that
be
guy is?
bollocks.
And Devek is asking, who's your favorite Aussie football analyst?
Ante
Mine is
Jukic.
Ante Jukic.
Me.
Yeah. Actually, no,
So
mine's
good.
Craig Foster. Come on.
Yeah, mine.
I literally wrote an entire piece about it the other week.
Damn, did well that piece.
Yeah, it did well for you, for your
Yeah,
boys,
like-
didn't it?
Yeah, shout out.
more advertising than Stan's budget. Like,
Oh, it was
I
incredible.
promise I was not paid by Stan to write that.
No, it should have been.
yeah, like you have to just say political ads. Like you should have put that just for the sake of transparency. No, but it was seriously, it was a really good piece.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You know what? I will say, like, not to pump your tires up in public, but you already know this. So, like, your phrasing is really, really good. And, like, it just comes across as something that's effortless, and I am envious of it.
Oh,
Yeah, you should write more.
that's so
You
wholesome.
really should.
Yeah, I don't know what to follow that up with. I feel like something will come down, but anyway, gotta keep writing.
Compare a player to an animal. That's what we're doing.
Top 10 footballers who remind me of cats. A listable.
We're back. Did Arnold make any changes at halftime?
Oh, he did.
I don't think so.
He's
Not
got
in-
players
not
that
in
they just
personnel.
need to expect a little bit harder in the second 45.
I have to fight more.
He dropped an expect to win in the pre-game presser, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Oh my days.
Such a meme.
It was in the interview with Scott McIntyre, who's back on our screens for the first time since
Shout out to Scott
the
McIntyre, man.
SBS.
That's
and
a
that
huge
Apocalypse.
dear.
That's a huge redemption arc right there.
Oh, Jackson.
The army would have told them to play for the jumper, play for each other, play for your mates.
What is the actual?
We're still in this.
What's
Mateship.
the actual plan tactically? Like, because I don't really see it, so I'm just trying to figure it out.
Anzacs and Scotty Max were really
You know
triggered
that,
by overhearing that.
Sorry, where's
Anzac
that? You
spirit.
know that? You know
That's
that
a very
Keith-
good question.
Keith
I'll
Van
just-
Heaven meme
No.
when he's talking about like Man United, like you have like he's basically got a pitch divided into three thirds, and it's like defensive third, okay, defend ball, stop goals, grr. And the attacking third is like, obviously score goals, this, that, etc. And then like in the midfield third, you've just got this like waves. Ball magically appears into final third.
It's like a demilitarized zone, basically.
Hold up, let me find it.
Look, if I had to guess what the tactical plan is based on what we've seen, it's pass the ball around until you run out of ideas, get it to Karacic. He'll progress the ball up on the right wing, win a corner, swing the corner into Harry Sutar, try and get a knockdown, 1-1, bang.
It's just, how can there be so many players in the middle, but yet no player seems to get the ball at any point? Like, I don't understand.
Because there's all these defenders in the way.
No, I'm talking about just like,
no,
it just looks.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
It's actually like, I'd love to see these questions asked in the press conference.
Joseph, pressure's on
Oh, so rough.
Like, what was your tactical plan? Because we didn't see one.
Like Office Space, like, so what is it you do here?
Look, I've got a clearly didn't do what you were asking. So what were you asking?
I've got a questionnaire that I need to fill out here. Under tactical plan, well, I've just got question marks at the moment.
Should I just say? Should I just say prefer not to say?
Or is it like one of those? How part of the philosophy of the part of the philosophical approach, like it's something that isn't to be spoken of as a means of mental conditioning.
Oh, look, we got away fans. They look disappointed.
Are you talking about the when Arnie banned the words heat and hot?
Yeah.
Water or whatever in training.
Plan. It's like the word that shall not be.
Don't talk to me about plans.
Are the away fans allowed to cheer?
Here we go. Hurstich, good ball. Come on. Doesn't beat the first man.
Is that going to be the most frustrating thing watching in football when somebody really? It bothers me so much.
Diagonals for kick.
Sorry,
No, it's just because it's such a waste. Like, if you can't get it past the first man, what is the point of you taking the set piece? Like, I would rather get in the middle and nothing happens than you not get past the first man.
No, but you know what?
It's always better to not try.
There's probably like a tangential aspect or a cardinal sin is the pitching wedge set piece delivery, because you don't trust yourself to beat the first defender. That's infinitely worse than trying and not beating the first defender.
Now, you know what's even more frustrating? A free kick on the edge of the box that they line up for about 2 minutes and they just smack like halfway into the mid-grid.
Did you see my boy's free kick this morning? Speaking of free kicks,
Modric.
He hit it through the wall, for goodness sake.
Oh yeah, the wall, yeah.
It's insane. Sorry, like I'm not going to
we don't want to anger you
spew fire about our game this morning, but that goal in isolation was.
I only watched
awesome.
one mid-30s player whose surname starts with M and wears number 10 in international break.
No, what is that?
We're right.
That was so specific.
There's only one LM10 in my heart.
Hey, speaking of players that starting with M and wearing 10, Minamino.
Oh, big performance.
Do you like him, Nick? I didn't know you liked that player.
Big performance. He rules, man.
What a player.
What team does he play for, Nick?
Is everyone on? I feel like I haven't got that.
I'm on 90. We lost 2-0.
The mighty.
50.
I'm just hanging out.
You know what? I'm hoping for chaos ball.
No. It looked like a.
I'm not ruling out chaos ball
by Yoshida for a second there. But...
If it stays at 1-0,
51-25, Ed, for me.
If we're going,
if it stays at 1-0.
If we're going full chaos ball, Ante, may as well. Is it time to put Harry up top?
No, seriously, if it stays at 1-0, like why not just go chaos ball for the last 10 minutes?
And I was going to remark given how crap Australia has been, Japan should perhaps be a little disappointed they're not more than one goal up.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't created much.
I think you know what, for what they've actually look, like I said this kind of in the first half as well. They haven't really been forcing the issue in possession. It's more just been kind of.
They've been pressuring the Socceroos, and the Socceroos have just been giving it to them.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is basically Japan are experiencing what the Socceroos have been experiencing for the past 11 games. They're winning, but they're not playing that well.
No, they're not.
The opposition is a lot worse.
Yeah.
This is basically a mirror image of the Socceroos' first 11 games, perhaps with that odd exception of the China game.
What I would
even
say,
and like I was saying, even the China game had that variable of the penalty that wasn't called in the first half, and like that kind of.
And let's face it, it's China, and Chinese football is a basket case. Let's not pretend otherwise.
Why is this guy in so much space?
Oh my god,
like it's just a centre midfield player and he didn't go anywhere. But still, seriously,
yeah.
But what I would
he was
say
just
is,
able to crawl into a position basically, and he's got the ball again.
After the Oman win, all the talk was 11 wins, world record. This is amazing.
Reminds me of the Argentina game at the Olympics.
Yeah, the reason that there was criticism, or at least there wasn't as much excitement as some people were expecting, is because we saw these flaws that we knew would probably get exposed, like we're seeing here, and probably Saudi Arabia also, which is the crux of this whole thing is, can we beat Japan or Saudi Arabia?
Oman in the first half as well.
To be honest, I still think Australia will beat Saudi Arabia, but I think they will beat. Let me finish. I think they will beat Saudi Arabia the same way the Matildas beat Great Britain at the Olympics. Just emotion, chaos ball. Ride the fact that you're playing at home for the first time in 2 years to that maximal effect. Win the game in a manner that is completely you cannot replicate again.
Have you guys seen the fixtures? I think our last round of qualifier, like the last windows against Saudi away and then Japan at home to finish off, or something like the other way around. So if we're not in a position, it could get a little bit dangerous if we're not locked in.
That was why this game was so important.
You know who I just realized? So this is so off topic, but I just had a realization that Hiroki Sakai looks like the guy who. Do you know that scene in The American Office where what's his name pretends to be Jim sends an actor to play him?
That's the greatest. That's the best prank on Dwight in the whole show.
Yeah, but Hiroki Sakai looks like that guy. The guy who just missed that header before.
He's in one division.
Oh my god! How is that? Wait. Surely there's like been a foul or something.
No,
how's he just fallen?
God, we're so lucky he just fell over.
Yeah, man.
What the hell?
I need to see a replay. That was looks so random.
Surely
he was furious too. He wants a pen.
Yeah. What is?
VAR must be.
Was that your guy who fell, Nick?
Yeah. It was. He's still not happy.
Well, it doesn't look like they're going to give it. So
he's angry.
Wait, but the ball hasn't gone out of place yet. So
they could go to the on-pitch review.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Well, keep the ball in play for the next.
Have they shown a replay
about
of
it? You reckon, Athos?
That haven't.
Where you got
the statute of limitations?
Look at Rogic here just carrying.
But there is a statute of limitations in football, isn't there, for VAR? If it moves into a different phase of play or something like that, you can't review it. So there is a statute of limitations.
Like the referee essentially has to artificially stop play.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like he's done that.
I mean, these AFC refs are pretty laissez-faire, as we saw in the Vietnam game.
Well, it clearly hit his hand.
The one time Irvine moves into position and it doesn't. sorry for swearing. It doesn't give him the ball. And even then, he makes that half-hearted move into space because he knows he has to make that move into space.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a nice. Oh my days!
Gets away with it.
God, there's just a couple of little.
Oh wow, this is
bright sparks. Just
that could have been dangerous.
Tiny flickers of hope there.
Ito was able to go downhill at Sutar, man. If he actually forced the issue there, would have been trouble.
Could easily be curtains at 2-0. Could easily.
But also
but you know what? The fact that irrespective of
couldn't you see it?
Wait, do we want to get the camera to work?
Yeah, move over a bit to the right.
The camera was watching the ball, not the guy arriving on the edge of the penalty area.
Yeah,
Like, surely there's not a
Irvine
better
gets away
angle.
with some infringement. Play him, and again.
Wolf, they've carved us up here.
Oi.
You know
East
what? Like
defense, Wolf.
this is a very important period in the game. Very
Who have we
important.
got?
If we can keep it 1-0 here, like over the next 5 to 10 minutes, it's huge. Like, irrespective of the fact that we have been so relatively ineffective, I'd be intrigued to see how Japan respond here in that respect. If they don't, if it stays at 1-0.
Oh,
Because
Moy
it
with
opened-
the
If
challenge.
had enough of this.
Oh my
Quick
god!
enough to get there though.
Oh,
Got away with it. Manapri diabenti mater.
Styles laugh.
I just love when you're just going off in another language. You're empty mother.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it appeals
like
to your
I'm-
SBS roots, does it?
Yeah. One of the best things when I was working at SBS was we had this one Chilean guy who would watch every Colo-Colo and Chile World Cup qualifier in his edit booth, just going absolutely mental.
Love it.
Swearing "La concha tu madre" like all
Hey,
the
that
time.
was
11
one of
o'clock.
the
Finish!
Everyone trying to do like just serious news. You know, Osama bin Laden has been assassinated. Da, da, da. And it's just like this guy going, Vidal.
That's actually one of the best banners I've ever seen at a football match. I think it was the opening game of Copa America in 2015. And like Chile are playing, I think it was Bolivia. You just see this massive banner in the middle of the pitch. So and like on the opposite side of broadcast, like so the camera like is basically focused on the center of the pitch, and he just has Dale Chile CTM like. And then after
any translation is basically
your mother's nether regions.
Yeah, your mother's nether regions, but it kind of just means like let's fucking go.
Yeah, yeah, and like within 20 minutes it was taken down.
Yeah.
Let's segue and try and keep this a little bit more PG
Sorry.
than it has been.
By the way,
It's
great
gonna be
story. Ben Brereton Diaz. Love that for Chile.
Yeah.
Diaz.
Oh, speaking of like you've Brereton, do we really want to talk AFL tonight?
Oh no,
You
Mate, well,
Did
we
we establish
already
these
had a
ground
Nate,
rules at the start?
Carnahawks.
we already
I'd say
had a
Max
Nathan
Luke,
Bracken
Max
reference during the first
Next week, every day.
Here we go. Japan making the first change after all that.
Yeah,
I see Jeff Kennett on the street.
The street. Oh.
I'm gonna punch
And
him
it's
right in the face.
Kyogo
mate.
coming on and Osako coming off. We are
Ooh,
done.
That is
Ooh,
that's
that's
so where does Minamino
Oh, wait,
likely go
I
Wait,
centrally?
missed that
Nick,
replay.
Nick, did you see it?
I missed it.
I think he tripped him. I'm not gonna lie.
God damn it! I was looking at my phone for
That
2
was Irvine,
seconds.
yeah.
And I looked up and I just saw him falling over.
Well, if
So
you
that
watch it on,
means-
if you flick on, excuse me, the cat just like pressed down on my. No, just kidding. I have no excuses for that. Husey, if you log on to 10
It's
play
already
right
up.
now, you might see it in about 5 minutes.
That's already-
True.
Maybe along
Here we
for
go.
that.
Here we go. Finally.
Did anybody else see that replay?
Good
Yeah,
stuff.
I saw it.
Break
I think it
in
looked
case of
instant.
glass.
What did you
Yeah,
say?
so it was a foul, was it, Picard?
No,
I-
I thought it was kind of incidental. They were just running.
I don't know. It looked a bit.
Oh,
Oh, and Duke on for. Okay.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Okay.
So what's
Watch
Duke?
Duke
So
score.
what's
Who,
Duke
who's,
meant
who
to
else
do
came
again?
off just then?
Duke is meant to be a
Moy.
battering ram.
Is he?
Moy
Okay.
came off and Mobile.
Haven't
Duke
seen him
came
do
off.
much
The Duke
recently.
came on for taking
Energy and headers.
I mean,
and fighting and stuff.
how?
Have we got the ball into the box?
Anzac Spirit.
Well, Kyogo's staying up. He's not
Actually-
out in the wing.
Actually, I think there might be a reason why the defenders will stay away from Mitch Duke, but I won't get into it.
That's interesting.
I'd probably want to keep like 2.5 meters clear of him.
He's posted that he is.
Look at you, Joshua.
He is fully vaxxed.
Yeah.
Cheeky.
I mean, how much of Moy's complete lack of impact and just ability to get into the game is down to the fact that he hasn't played in months. Like in a do or die World Cup.
Oh my days! How what's happening?
Boyle, man, just keep watching the ball. Bro.
I agree, Joe. I do think he's more sluggish than usual, and he's been considered for selection in this game.
He's expected like, based reputationally, he's expected to serve as a metronome for the Socceroos midfield. Yes, Ante.
Sorry,
that is mute your mic, Ante.
That is the role that he is assigned or expected to play ostensibly. He hasn't played in months. He's basically just been training on his own in Scotland. How exactly are you supposed to serve as a metronome against ostensibly what is the best side the Socceroos will play during this phase of qualification, having barely played in basically a year?
Yeah, it's a great question. And I think he's like, they're probably going to let him go. Isn't the Chinese Super League like not even happening now?
Yeah, it's suspended to support China's World Cup qualification campaign. Great call, guys. Let's look how well that's working out. But, so he's not going to play for a while too. And who knows if, what the Chinese Super League will look like when it does eventually resume. If, half the teams aren't a steaming pile of rubble based upon what Ante has been gleefully referencing at times during this stream.
We've got some comments coming through. T. Pato says, the way the Roos are playing doesn't suit Boyle. He's a passenger. A. Somas says, crying out for width, diamond not working. Fullbacks get the ball and have no options. And Fried Tomato coming through again. Is the Scottish Premier League, or whatever they call it, SPFL, the right league for Rogic at his current point in his career, or should he look for a move elsewhere?
That debate around Rogic has been going on for what feels like a decade now.
It'd be ironic for him to move once Ange is there. He's so much higher valued in the...
It feels like that ship is sailed as well.
Is Rogic
at this point
worth staying in Europe?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. If Rogic leaves Scotland at this point, he's going to the Middle East. He's going to a rich club.
Well, didn't he have a big money offer from China or something at one
Qatar.
stage?
He had like a massive offer from Qatar.
Yeah.
And
he's not.
He was apparently on the verge of moving, and then it fell through at the last minute, and he stayed in Scotland.
No, thank God.
Like Rogic at this point is not getting.
Here we go.
Come on.
Boiling lots of space here.
Good question, Fried
It's not going
Tomato.
anywhere.
Poor touch.
Oh, that's a pen.
Is it pen to the pen? No, surely not.
Actually, is it?
Surely not.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Who takes it?
Spoilers, because I had it.
I always got a match report to write.
No, I had that clip of the Wiggles chick scoring a penalty through the bloke's legs, beat up, just on the off chance that we would get a penalty.
Oh, it's outside the box. It's outside the box.
I don't a ball.
That can't be outside.
That's the ball.
Oh, is
No, it's not the ball, Bakua. Come on.
That's
No, I
you know what, irrespective,
that's
going to be AR anyway.
I slowed that down because I realized.
Spoilers, tell me what's happening.
Free kick on the edge of the box. There's no way it's going to be a pen, I don't think.
Carried inside the box. It has to be a pen.
Yeah, okay. Of course you carry inside the box, but if you get fouled outside the box,
It
you
can't
can't
go outside. I don't think it can continue. It's a trip, so it can't continue in.
That's a free kick. If his foot touched the line.
Wait, but what did the referee awarded it as a pen?
Martin
So
Boyle. Martin Boyle was taking it.
Is it a pen?
Yeah,
It's going to be a pen. Yeah, it's going to be a pen.
Wow. All right, no, everyone shut up.
This is genuinely like Martin Boyle's like 10th touch of the game.
I'm muting you all and then
So he's fresh.
watching it. I'm muting you all, watching it on my own.
This is essentially
Okay,
like
bye, Ed.
Rashford and Saka coming off. Rashford and Sancho coming off just for pens. This is like essentially out there only for this pen.
I don't understand how Boyle was in so much
don't
space on
jinx
that
it,
attack.
Don't jinx it, Nick.
Yeah.
Don't jinx it.
Personally, I would have gone Rustic.
Yeah, so would I. But he just got fouled.
Yeah, good.
Maybe he got kicked really hard.
They're making him wait.
Yeah, what's the...
I think
still
the
eye
kicker.
roll.
They are.
Calling a timeout as the play clock runs out. Love it.
Don't talk to Bakua about kickers.
No. Don't even hear it.
He's-
Okay?
Oh,
He's
you're a
not happy
Packers.
about being
You're
made
a
to wait as
Packers
well.
fan, aren't you?
I am. It just.
As a Raiders fan, stop bloody complaining.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
he's
worse.
going there. Yeah.
You could.
Yep.
Oh, it's a
you
free
could be a
kick.
Dolphin
It's been
fan.
overturned.
It could be a lot worse.
no!
It's
He's
been
called it
overturned.
back.
It's a free kick.
Yeah,
Are you
I thought
kidding?
so.
was hoping we'd get away
So
with
that's
that,
why
but-
we were waiting. It was the VAR review, and
Yeah.
the
Yep.
contact is
He's
outside.
just short.
Outside the box.
Like, is this are you extrapolating here, or is it
No,
officially?
no, no.
been
It's
overturned?
officially a free
No,
kick.
It's a free
It's a
kick.
free kick, yeah.
The VAR
but-
graphic came up super
What the
late,
fuck is
but it has
this?
been overturned. And,
You right? Are you okay, Ed?
and
Why is it now going to a? I don't think
Someone's just going like,
Nah,
PG-13 rating on the stream, please.
Sorry.
Bloody hell.
I
It just died.
I can't. So.
Why
it's
is
a
the
free
wall on a
This
45-degree
This
angle?
is nice for Jukic, actually.
Hrustic is going to score this.
Yeah, Hrustic has got.
Who's put the ball down,
Checkers.
actually?
Is it?
There's
Mobile.
about-
There's
I'm
5
standing-
guys waiting.
Who put the ball
Is
down?
it just me or is the wall on a diagonal?
It is on a. No, it's on an
I
angle.
think
It's
Not an angle,
yeah.
Kadicic is trying to get
It actually
Hrustic to
is.
translate
It's
his
all about the
instructions.
geometry.
take it.
I think
Hrustic is going,
Balkan
hey,
Socceroos.
hey, tell him to
Hey.
tell Boyle to fuck off. I want to take this one.
He's moved the
Mobile's
ball back
taking
an
it.
extra like 10 yards.
Mobile's taking it.
Right.
Mobile's
Not many
taking it.
people are
No
lining
way
up.
Mobile is taking it.
Mobile's put the ball down.
even Kadicic
Doesn't
wants
mean
it.
he's taking it.
That
There's too much
generally
space
means
on
he's
this right
taking
hand
it.
side.
Yeah, but maybe it's a fake out. Maybe it's part of the set piece routine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bill's
just slip,
playing with it.
slip in Boyle down the
It's
right.
a split wall. You kind of
I
have
don't
to
like this.
when it's straight out in front.
Just slam it.
I feel like
not
they're
that.
still deciding who's taking it.
No.
This is too close. This is
Can we
Mobile's,
bring on
Mobile's
Modric?
directing traffic, man, and he's put the ball down.
Yeah, and he's claiming
Without-
seniority.
Expect to
Mobile.
score.
Oh,
Oh, did he score it?
Hrustic! Top bins in off the crossbar!
What a legend!
The voice.
What a bomb of a goal!
Oh, that is nice.
That is the best free kick I've seen a Socceroo take in some time.
I did say though the right
Mamma
hand side was
mia.
looking a bit shaky though.
Mamma
Best free
mia.
kick since Charlie Yankos.
I was about to say, not since
That's-
Charlie.
Oh.
have we
Do you,
seen-
By the
do you
way-
see that angle, by the way, Tom?
Heads
Like,
up.
that's Tom Gloverspec, like, standing behind the wall and unable to see a free kick coming in. But that's...
Best
He's put that in the
analyst,
best possible position.
best analyst in
Mm.
Australian football. Who said Hrustic was going to take? First of all, who said it wasn't a pen? Said I will get Hrustic to take
Hey, I
it.
said it was.
Then got the free kick. Then said Hrustic should take it, and then boom, goal. Thank you very much.
That was
I bet you
good.
Boyle would have missed.
Nick Nostradamus stole.
That's right. Hit every single one of them. Boom.
Did
Hey,
Josh,
Stoll, I saw you in Central Station with a hunchback. I think you're a fortune teller.
I- See,
Oh, wow.
this is oh my god.
It was an important, like I said, to be honest, like, with
This is
the
a
fact that
dis-
Japan didn't go up.
This
in
is
that
a
15
disaster.
Yeah.
I have to rewrite 3/4 of my copy.
Ah, she'll be right. They haven't scored in the 89th minute, man. You've got 20 minutes.
Hey, Kyogo's still on the field, man.
No, I actually don't have to file on the whistle because it's supposed to have analysis and shit in it. So
This is good. This is very
You
good.
know what's good about that strike? It was just a no-nonsense strike, you know?
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
hit
I
it.
love a no-nonsense strike. Just
land
no-nonsense
it,
everything.
Just land it.
What if
You
you
know?
did any better?
just I had a call during the NPL season, Page's Oyce goal. Just subtlety can go and get stuffed. Just hit it.
Did you say subtlety in the NPL? Is that what you said? Interesting.
I said subtlety can go and get stuffed.
Oh, okay.
No, it was
sorry.
actually quite fitting for the
Okay.
NPL.
Idiot. Okay.
The best call of the NPL was Josh and Joey for the Preston game.
Yeah, that was mad.
Yeah.
That was-
Where we went full triple. We just gave up calling football and went triple M with it.
you were so in sync with like how like you didn't overlap or like cut each other off or anything. It was brilliant.
That was Joey going, I have to get on the highlights package for this. Artfully done. Artfully
Like,
done.
that's exactly
And
what it was. I will
honestly,
say it now months after. That's what I was
elevated
doing.
my call to a new level.
But you know, also the thing with that is like with the crowd going nuts, it makes it so much better. The amount of times like I hear NPL callers trying to go nuts, and then you just like the only crowd
Silence.
effect
It's the
is
worst.
like
I've,
It's because
yeah,
there's no effects mic because it's
Yeah,
a budget
yeah.
operation. So
So this is why you always want to call with Teo. Get that effects mic.
oh yeah, but you're usually on the opposite side of the field to the
terms-
fans.
In terms of going nuts for your own goal, if I speak, I'm in trouble.
That's right, Nick. That's right, Nick. You need to watch yourself. Yeah.
I've not seen. I've not seen a better free kick since was it Nicholas Dibb scored that one.
Oh, that was mate. Take that one.
Oh, dear.
So
you know what, Athos?
You're a menace, Athos.
You are.
You are.
Oh, Rogic, what are you doing?
Absolute menace to society, Athos.
So it also could be that effectively not only has Hrustic saved the Socceroos, he has also sent a bloke into unemployment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have ESPN headline, Joey. Hrustic's left boot sends Moriyasu to the dole queue.
I was like, you ever hit a free kick so well somebody got fired?
It was Hrustic who actually won the foul as well, right?
It was too.
Honestly, I once said...
To be honest, the biggest question after seeing that should be, why the hell was Martin Boyle going to be taking the penalty?
Lucky. VAR saved us.
I'm confused about this comment. We were talking about last good free kick for the Socceroos. Someone said Josip Skoko versus Greece. I thought that was a volley.
That was a volley.
Yeah.
Isn't that a volley from a corner?
Maybe they just mean that generally he just took a good free kick in that game.
Scored a good free kick. Was it Nepal? Or someone recently?
Yeah, it was Hrustic.
Yeah, we were on the street and what?
Yeah, but it was Nepal, or Nepal, I should say, actually.
Nepal.
Man, Hrustic is our Raquelme. That's what I'm going with.
Hrustic is definitely a cat, yeah.
At least, yeah.
Oh no, Minamino won over.
One Roman Hrustic.
He slipped.
Hrustic.
Oh, it's out of play.
Oh, good one.
Nick and Josh, did you guys pick? You guys picked 1-1 before the game, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
Did Clint Bolton pick 1-1?
He did.
Yeah,
that was a good interview. I saw that.
With his handlebar moustache.
I liked the bit where he said that Sutar, Sainsbury, and Ryan are all not the best in their positions. Essentially, it was interesting. It was good because he was talking so much from a goalkeeper's perspective. So he's just thinking about keeping clean sheets. And
Wait.
Yeah.
Boots joins me on the Lawrence Thomas propaganda machine, doesn't he?
Actually, my question to him was actually about Langerak and whether he should have been considered earlier. I mean, regardless of his family situation and the pandemic and all that stuff, which we got into later. But he reckons that Langerak is by far the better natural goalkeeper than Matt Ryan, who just did that.
Are we trying to lose this game?
Oh no!
Absolutely, I thought.
Oh my god!
Good save.
Oh my god! What the hell?
Matt Ryan really did that, didn't he?
Don't fail it.
He gave the ball away. He had to.
Oh my
make up for his
gosh!
What am I about to watch?
Why is he clutching his face for?
Absolute chaos.
Matt Ryan did that.
There's like 6 commentators on this stream. Somebody tell me it's not happening.
Matt Ryan gave the ball away with a terrible pass and
then
he
made
made
a
a
good
double
double
save.
You know,
Great save.
Nick and Josh,
Great
with
save.
your interview today, who I've forgotten his name, Handlebars.
Clint
Clint Bolton.
My brain took the
Clint
moment.
Bolton.
He said that the thing that Matt Ryan wasn't great at is just the moment that his best moment of the entire game.
Yeah.
That's
Which
true.
is-
But I mean, small sample size.
Yeah.
He was talking about how Ryan is probably more in the team for his,
Yeah.
he's better with his feet, but Langerak's more pure goalkeeper.
But you
that
could
sense.
argue there's a lot of articles that people think Mitch Langerak's the best goalkeeper in Asia right now.
Man,
in terms of
just
form.
my entire Twitter feed is like, build the statue for Matt Ryan. Did you not see the preceding 20 seconds?
That was Irvine, not Ryan. That
is
was
also
Irvine, not Ryan, man.
very Australian football of like, oh look, that amazing thing happened. You're like, yeah, but what about the thing that caused that thing to happen?
So, Ante, tell us why it was Irvine's fault.
On his heels.
Here we go, the replay now. Irvine flat on his feet.
Yeah, it's completely
Didn't see it.
ball watching.
All right, fine.
Oh, that's interesting. Say.
Still, I just don't think in that situation in the game you should be playing that pass.
It was too soft. The pass was too soft.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I agree too. As with that
boys
as well,
off,
but
Nick.
I'm not convinced that in this
He's put in a shift.
scenario.
This is good
be
for us, man.
Yeah.
Asano on, Minamino off. There you go.
So, what are they saying crowd-wise for the Saudi game? Will we get, was it quarter?
It'll be in line with New South Wales health, whatever the New South Wales guidelines are at the time. Stolich, what's the current thing in the libertarian paradise that is New South Wales?
Yes, thanks, Joey. I'm here live in Sydney. And I can tell you that in my house, no one is wearing a mask now.
Go. I'm telling
Get a runner
Daddy
on the
Dan
left.
on you.
That ball should have gone like, oh, no, that's.
He wasn't there.
Well, I mean, Rogic can see things that others can't. If that ball was there, it would have been a goal. So
It should have just have a prop, man.
Well done.
That would have been special if it got through to Mabel.
we need the Jamie Carragher VR goggles to really decide whether that was a good pass or not.
The VR goggles.
He just tries to slip it through.
There.
I like Jamie Carragher. I think he's one of the better pundits on.
Oh, absolutely, I agree.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football is a goat show.
Yeah, but Neville pissed me off a lot, actually.
Yeah, but he's playing the antagonist.
Yeah, they're so good together.
But I think that it's a little bit too self-aware now. Like I feel
I
like it's
know.
a little bit too.
This is embarrassing at this
Oh
point.
my god.
Oh,
Well done, Sainsbury. Well done.
Lucky he missed his first touch.
Japan. How has Japan not scored? I don't.
I didn't quite do justice to the point that Clint Bolton was trying to make before. By the way, he was talking about.
Can I just say, you
back
should have
three,
seen
essentially.
Ante. Ante did a reverse of, when like an NFL coach gets really frustrated and throws his headphones down. He angrily picked them up instantly.
How easily they were able to play through there
Yeah.
was hideous. Like, oh my god! And sorry, I'm getting rather into this.
He was annoyed that the goalkeeper and the two centre backs are not in the team for defensive reasons. Like Sutai is in there. He said to get on the end of set pieces. That's his main. Like the main reason he played himself into the starting 11. And Sainsbury, good on the ball, but in Butz's opinion, quite suspect defensively.
Jago for Irvine or maybe Rogic?
I'm not saying I necessarily agree, by the way, but I thought it was an interesting take.
I mean, Sutar has rapidly become a meme in Australian football, but especially in the past few games, he has shown that when he's got to get on his bike, he's suspect defensively.
And just like the lateral agility, it can be caught out, like with the goal in the Oman.
Yeah, like he was just on his skates and he just didn't have the ability to get across in time. And I mean, like, he's probably a lot better suited to defend in the championship than he is in Asian qualifiers when, defending in transition and rapid moves forward.
Here we go.
Wait.
I'm playing with fire now.
They are playing out with ease.
Yeah.
They really are getting out easy, man. And that
Jago
makes sense.
for Rogic.
Krustic will probably go in front.
Yeah.
Jago and Irvine. So, like, there's going to be a big trade-off here.
Tommy's run his race, in fairness. He rarely makes it through 90 minutes at any level.
Fellas, I'm going to bounce out, unfortunately.
All right. Go watch the Bledisloe Cup, Ed.
I will.
Thanks for destroying us in laughter.
No, hey, can I just say, look, Ed, you're obviously used to games being 80 minutes as a rugby fan, so stay on for.
It's true.
See you, Ed.
Adios.
Bye, Ed.
See you, Ed.
Bye.
Hey.
Foul throw.
It is a foul throw. Hey,
Another pet hate.
Yeah,
The uncalled foul throw.
It.
It's
I
like
cannot
the
stand it.
like the travel in the NBA that isn't called. Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, I hate when they actually call it in like park football. Like, man, come on.
Call it, man. Call it. They're the rules. Get it right.
No.
Actually throw the ball properly.
Unless someone tries to like quarterback it one-hander, it's fine.
Nah, throwing it into the ground is just as bad, man. Like, they're the rules.
What about throwing it into someone's back, like the trick throw in?
Or a somersault.
That has
Particularly if it's
elements
an
of dark
opposition
arts to
player.
it. So like I'm not entirely against the
That's nice.
implementation of dark arts.
Ooh, Sainsbury on an
Sainsbury.
adventure.
Where you
Okay.
go?
And he got lost.
Yeah.
He's doing a Joel Matip.
Very nice, Nick. Very nice. Shut back.
Do you like Roy Kent as a pundit, Pakua?
Roy Kent is honest, and I appreciate.
I haven't finished season 3, so can this conversation
season
please
two,
stop?
season two,
You
Nick,
haven't
season
seen
two.
season 3 either.
I can spoil it for you.
That's
Husey.
what I
haven't-
meant,
No,
season
no, I
2,
haven't. I
sorry.
haven't watched it, but I can spoil it for you. They realize that love and friendship is actually the most powerful.
Right.
And you know, winning isn't everything at the end of the day.
Oh, referees killed him.
Look, Athos would be really good in my indoor football team, getting around the referee all the time, constantly annoying him, constantly trying to put the pressure on.
This is a if Shibasaki. It's interesting who's Shibasaki going to come on for.
It's 5
Oh,
subs.
sorry, that's Haraguchi. Sorry, my bad.
Harry. Oh.
Oh,
Oh my days! Come on.
Beautiful pass,
there's this
AY.
volley
You-
of
you meant-
goals if you're gonna do that.
He meant that.
Hey, 100% meant that.
I mean, the toe pokes, you know,
Wow.
been reinvented and
Might be time for
become a
chaos
skill.
ball.
Maybe the slice can become.
Definitely.
Oh,
Nope. He
But
passes to himself.
We
how
have to
nice.
we have to get the ball first.
Oh, the ref
Referee.
again.
Again, man.
Oh, that's a second time.
You know what? I think we start this referee in the next game. I think he's been good for
He's
us.
picking up the ball in the right spots.
Yeah,
In,
his
in for
positioning's strong.
Irvine out, ref in.
No, look, I think there's been a lot of calls for a kind of no nonsense Jedinak like player, and I think the referee does that really well. You know,
If I speak.
the referee he doesn't faff around in midfield. You know, he just blocks the ball. All right, does the job.
Right place, right time.
Yeah, that's it. No,
So, but basically, getting to the end of this game, getting towards it, for Japan as well, it's kind of the story of their second phase of qualification. They just can't score.
well, it's also that I reckon after they scored, they had us against the ropes, and they didn't push forward. And
No.
they didn't take advantage of that.
They
and
just
actually,
didn't capitalize in that 15 minutes out from the second half.
yeah, that's why I think actually their coach
Oh.
should be
Just
massively
the
unbiased.
inherent conservatism. His side came out expansive, forcing the issue, pressing the issue, got the goal, and then they just reverted right back to type.
Yeah, like
But that's not always by design.
Nice touch.
Oh,
That's oh my god, that's a goal.
It's a goal.
Goal. But we need to talk about that touch, yeah. That touch.
Is it 2-1 or not?
It's
2-1
2-1.
to
Japan score.
That touch was
far out.
sensational.
Joey, we
Barring
stopped.
some sort of
We
VAR.
were talking
miracle.
about this game was already
that
over.
was gorgeous.
Yeah.
That touch.
Okay, I don't know why you're slapping him in the face so hard, but relax. Intense. Oof.
Oh, Jesus
Oh, boy.
Christ.
What happened on the goal line?
That was
Definitely
just-
onside.
a ball.
Yeah.
Look at that touch.
Oh.
Come on.
Sainsbury allowing the ball to drop there. I don't love it.
So it's
Matt
an
Ryan
own
tried.
goal, is it?
Is it?
It's pretty unlucky. It's a deflection.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
beige.
it's off
Gets a
Beige.
touch,
He's
hits
had
the
a
post.
nightmare all night.
But you know
But it
what?
was-
That
it
is
was-
a simple ball over the top that
Yeah,
we
yeah,
haven't
yeah, yeah.
stopped.
I mean, like,
that's
what's
not good
Sainsbury
enough,
doing
man.
on that ball? Like, why does he wait
That's
for
not good
it?
enough. But at the same time, like our collective sphincter has tightened up ever since we scored.
Yeah.
Like they've played through us with ease, and
True.
that's why I was saying that like the Shibasaki sub might be
Oh,
important.
jeez.
Oh god,
Mate.
What a nightmare of a goal to consider.
come on, chaos
Hopefully-
ball,
That,
chaos
that-
ball
that-
time, man.
the
Hopefully we
way that
can
it
win
came in
another
off Beige
penalty.
as well.
We can win another penalty, have it overturned for a free kick, then have one of our guys step up and hit one of the all-time great.
There
I
should
mean, we've had the first
should be-
Arnold out comment of the stream.
Oh, really?
Whatever, Bell or no.
But this
Siren.
is
there should
like, sorry, you know,
there
what,
should be
I'm-
plenty of time added on too.
But at the same time, this is what I was saying with the trade-off between Jego, Irvine, and Fustic going as a 10 now, because now we have to chase the game. And we're going to become highly circulatory in possession. So let's just put Sutar up front. No, seriously.
I mean, I don't disagree.
The natural consequence for how we're playing is going to be crossing.
It's just
grim, so let's just do it.
I mean, we've already got Mitch Duke up there. Like, how much difference does it make?
Has Duke even
More
touched
bodies
the
in the
ball?
box, man.
Yeah,
he won a header on the halfway line, and that's about all I've noticed.
That's what you want from your forward. It's nice, yeah. A header in the middle of the park.
He hasn't had a shot, and he also hasn't had any attempts in this match.
Another great substitution.
But at the same time, look, if we were to excuse Taggart for this, like, we kind of have to, allow the same kind of lenience to Duke from a collective standpoint. Although that, I do get it, but like, we have to be consistent.
Why is he just kicked that out?
Yeah, no, that's a corner, is it not?
He only kicked it into his shins, or at least the referee thought so.
What?
Japan bench.
That was so bizarre.
Okay, interesting.
I feel like too much negativity has crept in, so I'm just going to do a couple of minutes of cat cam.
Ryan Grant is coming on.
Sorry,
bring Ryan Grant.
This is for the greater good.
Can
Is
I
your cat
say,
sleeping?
Yeah.
Martin Boyle has played nearly 90 minutes and made 4 passes. Four passes.
Hey, one of those passes led to the penalty.
Oh. Someone get Andre Arshavin.
Nice.
Speaking of 4, Ryan Grant. Oh no.
Icon's coming on too.
Serious Sam scenarios with Grant, I have to say.
Yeah.
Seems to have lost his
serious mid areas with Grant, man. Like, just mid. Oh my god. Anyway.
Well,
there should be like 7 minutes added on, surely.
Yeah, 6, I reckon. Seems to be the standard number when there's been a few stoppages. They just slap a 6.
Oh my days, what is that?
Whoa!
Send him off.
Naughty?
4 passes in 88 minutes. That's
Harry
unbelievable.
Sutar should have been there. Missed opportunity.
Someone should have been running in.
Comments by the bucket load.
Yeah, go on, hit us with
Vivek
comments.
says, can't wait for the Oz soccer cliches and narratives on Twitter after this. Nor can we. Our resident Kenny Dougal fan, T. Pato, says, should have stuck Dougal on to shore up the back six, or the back 6 up. I guess he means the back 4 and the 2 holders. Has been doing it for years in Holland and England. So big shout out to Kenny Dougal's dad for tuning in.
4 minutes.
Fried Tomato says, I'm a bit pissed off after that own goal. Joey, please give us a funny joke with your sexy accent to cheer me up. I will never tire of this bit. I will never tire of it. Please keep making Joey accent jokes.
It's a good gimmick, man. Run with it.
Can't think of a joke that would actually be appropriate for a story.
There's Harry.
There he is. Arnie was listening. Too little, too late.
But where are we crossing from? Like, these Premier League 45-degree crosses are the worst.
Oh, get it.
Oh, we're going to keep it.
There's no one
Do you
there.
reckon Irvine meant to pass to Mobile there, or he just mishit the cross?
Nah, miss it, I reckon.
Completely scuffed that.
You got to get up, Mobile.
We don't have time for you
Unless
to be
it's-
dancing on the ground. Come on.
Mate, go break your foot just over the line. Come on,
Exactly.
let's
Come
go.
on.
Let's do
Bubble
another
up.
forward roll. And
Oh. 4 minutes feels very, very short.
Yeah.
well, time flies when you. No, I'll rethink that.
Oh, man. What a letdown.
All right. If this was L'Keep, what would be the scores?
Okay, Matt Ryan. Oh, he gets a 6 at least.
Matt Ryan? Nah.
Oh, look at it. Remember all those saves he made? I mean, half of them was his fault in the first place, but.
Nah, if this is L'Keep, Matt Ryan's getting a 4.
Oh, okay, 4. All right. Karasic?
6.
I don't know. I'm going to give him a 5. I'm just going in team sheet order. Boyle. He doesn't get a rating because they didn't realize he was playing.
Exactly. 4 passes in 88 minutes.
Taggart.
I'm giving it a 5.
Yeah, anonymous. Hrustic.
I'm giving it a 28.
It's a bit Stockholm syndrome, but it's a 6. It's nothing more than a 6. No Australian player goes past a 6 in this performance.
See, and that's why Ante could get a job for the keep.
Aaron Moy.
No, seriously, I think Japan have just been less bad than us.
Ante's the only person who looks at L'Equipe and goes, "Man, you guys are so easy on the players. What's going on?"
Aaron Moy, 1, 2.
Nah. 3.
Okay. Well, I mean, played arguably out of position, so
3.
Yeah, okay.
He would have dropped a stinker playing in midfield anyway. So,
as
come on, let's be real, man.
As is Beach.
3.
Oh, as is. What's the lowest L'Equipe's ever done? Have you given someone a 1? Sure.
Maybe a 2.
Yeah.
3.
You got an own goal.
Look,
Harry Suter. 4.
Also a 4.
Sainsbury.
5.
3.5.
I felt he was responsible for the goal.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But I thought he got us out of trouble a few times.
Well, while we're rating Jackson Irvine, we've got a question. What is Jackson Irvine's best position?
Playing guitar in St. Pally.
on the bench.
Jackson Irvine's best
DJ.
position, I think, is this box-to-box midfield thing that really only exists in the championship.
Well, that's all she wrote.
And probably Bundesliga as well, you could argue, just for the sheer amount of running back and forth.
Bundesliga 2.
Yeah.
I haven't watched him in St. Pally, but great career choice. I definitely would have moved there too.
Yeah. And that's full time.
Well. Okay.
Fair result.
Let's talk.
I mean, that's so deflating. I mean, but Socceroos never win in Japan. I wasn't expecting a win, but I really did feel based on the...
Sorry. Did you intend to say that?
No, I didn't actually. Just slipped in there. It's part of the vocabulary. I didn't expect to win, and maybe they didn't. Maybe that was a problem. But I did feel, based on Japan's awful form, there was a chance of scraping a draw, and there should have been. I mean, Australia should have drawn that game.
We made it easier for them.
I'm not saying we deserve to draw it. I'm saying we should have.
That's fine. But you know what? I think the second half, for the most part, they were the better team, and especially immediately after we equalised, we exhaled, and they started to the game opened up fine, and so that makes it easier for Japan to play. But the momentum significantly swung after the equaliser, and like I was saying with the Shibasaki sub, that was going to have an immediate impact, especially with the fact that we'd gone with Jago and Irvine and Hrustic in front. I don't like the idea of he's done this a few times, this whole because Rogic can't play 90 minutes, Hrustic should go as a 10 and then he'll drop another generic 6 at the base of midfield. Playing Jago and Irvine together will have consequences. Playing Jago, I think the only way Jago fits in this team is if he plays as a lone 6. But yeah, there was a lot that we got wrong from a tactical standpoint, and not to sound like the sky is falling, because we're still on 9 points and this that, but we had a chance to that's the kind of context that we have to view this game in. We could have taken Japan out of it, automatic qualification tonight, and we weren't assertive in that respect from a tactical standpoint.
I think this is very similar to the debate we had at the Olympics, where it was like, oh, look, we're, it's a really good position. We beat Argentina in the first game, whatever, And then you look at it and you go, well, it's actually pretty disappointing now that we're at this opportunity. where we could have done better. But I don't know. Yeah, I just think, I think you're exactly right. Japan were just less bad.
I'm going to the post-match presses. See you all, guys.
See you, Joey.
Joey.
Give us a,
You know what?
a
I won't,
farewell
I
to
won't.
fried green tomatoes, please.
Beg your pardon?
Give us a,
Beg your pardon.
farewell to fried tomato in your sexy accent, Joey. Just leave the Zoom. It's fine.
No worries, mate. Take care, brother.
Bye.
See you, Joe.
I never get tired of his reaction to that. Anyway.
Yeah.
Look, this team hasn't improved since the Asian Cup. That's another thing.
I remember writing about this at the start of the qualification phase. Like, what did we learn from the Asian Cup? And the opposition that we faced, even with the opposition that we faced in the first and like with the initial phase of qualification, like, it wasn't much. And now that we're kind of facing stronger opposition that has, greatest potential to be exposed, I hope now we just don't get bitten in the proverbial.
I just saw the CGI ball going to the top corner. So I can't unsee it now.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Anyway,
it really slices like aggressively. That's like a knuckleball that she just hit from the penalty spot. Thanks
for making me feel better.
So Saudi Arabia play China tonight. So you would think they'll get 3 points there. So they'll go 3 points above us.
Hope so.
What did we learn from the Asian Cup? I want to jump on that, Ante, because I think we did learn that Taggart is number one ahead of McLaren, at least.
Yep. And we need an incorporative striker, which is what Taggart is to a relative degree.
And you can't rely on crossing against a set defense when McLaren is up front, which is what we tried to do against the UAE, as I recall.
Yes. Another thing,
we learnt that Mark Milligan was done as an international footballer.
I think predominantly, one, our coaching staff, and two, our public gets confused between scoreline and complexion. And this is always going to be the result performance dichotomy here. But I think there are just systemic issues with how we play, and the fact that now it's after 2 years we kind of haven't even sought to rectify that. Like, we've kind of gone down the same path without any and ultimately, who's really going to change when they're never put under pressure? With the dynamic of coaches and our responsibility as an Australian soccer public and media to be able to question that. We're not going to see any change, and me getting upset now, it's worthless.
Well, the only way that a change is considered is if Australia fails to qualify, which even despite this result, it seems unlikely.
Yeah, it would take a pretty big collapse now for it to happen. But the fact that now, that's sorry for laboring the point, but that's what was so important about this game. The fact that it significantly reduces the possibility of that happening. And now Japan, they've got more than a foot in the door now.
Got some interesting YouTube comments coming through. Australia, go back and play with your Samoa continent.
I mean,
maybe we should rejoin Oceania. I heard a few people.
Well, seriously, look, let's look at it in isolation. If we've got a 48 team World Cup playing it every 2 years, what's the point of playing in Asia now? Not to say we shouldn't be playing in Asia or anything, but just just spitballing out here.
We'll get humiliated by New Zealand in the playoff.
Bro, imagine if Sarpreet Singh takes the mickey against us. But
Jason Pine going nuts.
But nah, I think not to say that
like this point was inevitable. We were always going to reach this point. Like what was going to happen when we were truly tested? And from a tactical and playing standpoint, the first test we failed.
Just thank God we're playing the Saudis at home.
Look, that
we've
suddenly
got
becomes
to play them
must win.
twice. You know?
It suddenly becomes a must win. Saudi Arabia at home. If we don't win that,
because then what's our goal difference like? Can we top them if we beat them?
Well, it depends on tonight as well.
Yeah, so assuming they win,
wiping four with Oman. Yeah,
assuming they go
goal
to 12.
difference. Our goal difference is 5. Saudi Arabia's 4. Japan's is 0.
Yeah, so if they win, they're ahead.
But I'm a bit worried about if it gets that last window, considering we have to go to Saudi Arabia, then have to host Japan. If it gets to that, we have to, win out to get through or whatever else. Just we don't want it to get to that. That's why, as you said, the next game is so important.
Yeah, I mean, if it goes that far, my shirt's going to be as see-through as Angie's was the last time we played Saudi Arabia away.
And even it just sort of come back to the point, but I don't like the idea of this, this routine sub of Hrustic going up as a 10 when he's the only player that gives us any kind of verve from, deeper on the pitch.
There isn't anyone else that we can bring in to allow Hrustic to play higher, is there?
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like if we play,
is Genre the only
one? Maybe.
Yeah, but like the midfield composition then becomes important because then.
I think we lost the last part of that, Ante.
Sorry.
After midfield composition becomes important, I had an audio glitch.
Yeah. Okay. Outside of midfield composition, like who's willing to have the conversation of whether Brogic should be starting or not? And Graham Arnold, for better or worse, is always games, because he's not necessarily a player who has to feel his way into games. He's technically sound, like he can immediately turn it on. I think there's a significant trade-off with Hrustic going up as that 10 with that substitution, and it's happened. And this isn't the only game in which it's happened. Oh wait, I'm listening to this.
There we go.
So is someone going to put it up on their TV? So it comes through the screen.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, please, government, let us have a home game is pretty much the extent of that interview.
On Scotty, do us a favour.
I did like that we played. What do you say? We played good, intelligent football or something.
Yeah, we played some good
great
football. Yeah.
supposedly.
Apparently. EON on YouTube. Australia played neither to win nor to lose. We had no intent to penetrate. We didn't hold the ball long enough to create pressure and possession. None of our wide players got given freedom.
So who said that?
E-ON on Twitter. Eon.
Spot on.
Well, you saw it. I think it was late.
Do you want to be on the next watch along?
You saw it 1-1 when I can't remember who we won the ball in defense and we were driving forward. It was about a 4-on-4. Then we just stopped and went sideways. There was just no drive.
Like, I think more than anything, like it's the ease in which they were able to play out in those phases. Like, but that was evident even in the first half. We were very disjointed in terms of actual defensive scheme and pressing triggers, and the distances between our front four, or our top four, and Irvine and Hustic were too big, and then there's the rather sizable elephant in the room of us being able to play, which we weren't, despite our dear leader's assertions that we played great football. This kind of thing needs to be questioned.
Well, I think this is the thing. If you think about like the qualification cycle, if you think, you should look, I think, at your national team in 4-year, World Cup cycles, right?
Yeah.
So from 2018, has this team improved? The only things I think we can say that are better,
marginally, I think we have.
Hrustic has come in. Taggart plays up front now. He wasn't doing that 2018.
Yeah.
You've signed, quote unquote, Boyle and Suter.
Yeah. And Karacic has been selected.
Karacic has been
also
selected.
signed. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So I don't know. I just think like you kind of got lucky with some passports and one young kid coming through.
I think at the end of the day, and this is kind of like, this was the issue even under Ange, like the primary issue in our play has not been rectified. Like the overt similarity in like outside of Hrustic and maybe genre, but like even he like kind of lets games get the better of him at times. Like the overt similarity in our midfield, which then exposes the limitations of our attacking players. I don't know. And like, we can't sit here and accept certain things. Like, yeah, okay, results wise, it's fine, but there's still been stuff bubbling under the surface with respect to performance. This is not to say, the sky's falling, and hopefully, I hope we can recover, because the game essentially depends on it. But like, these have been questions that have been prevalent for a while now.
Yeah, well, it's just the same thing as it's the same thing every game, same thing every discussion. We'll go around in circles.
Yeah,
we'll probably finish third. We'll probably go into the playoff spots. We might get lucky depending on who we get in the continental playoff. If we have to play a South American team, we're in massive trouble. If we get a CONCACAF, we'll probably be all right.
Yeah.
And then maybe we qualify, and then we get away with it.
I think there's every chance we still finish second.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, just
we've got it. We've got to beat the Saudis. We've got to beat the Saudis next game.
Like we you know what? Like it's, and see, this is the thing. Like, I know there are realities and, let's say, ceilings with respect to how we play, and the consequent impact on complexion. But like, if anything, this group stage has taught us, like, it's going to be chaotic and volatile. Even in this game, like we've seen that. So, like, we can't use this one game in isolation as now a extrapolation of how we're going to finish the group, because there's a lot that can happen. It's no guarantee that Japan's now going to, like, just rinse the rest of their games and go from here. Like, that's no guarantee.
That's true.
and even like, Saudi Arabia are probably the strongest team in the group. How we go against them is, again, like it's very much going to be defined by complexion. And yeah, it's a long way to go. I'll say that for everyone in this group.
Does Lecky being available potentially for a home game help?
What does he change? What does he change?
Obviously his main attributes are physical, but he does add a lot, I think, to the pressing element out of possession. But
now I don't think it's the front three that are specifically the problem.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Like, I think Rogic with Taggart specifically creates certain constraints.
But also, I just can't see the team creating any chances without Rogic there,
I do.
Yeah?
I do.
You really think Rogic should be dropped?
Yeah.
Because he can't defend?
No, it's not simply because he can't defend it. It's because, the nature of his position and he picks up the good spots, but then what happens afterwards? Is he really like creating like a gravitational pull? Like
I think he does.
I don't necessarily
he wants the ball in those areas. He always receives the ball on the half turn and
but I think
and sucks players in. Maybe the end product isn't
my let's say my main rationale is now with Taggart now and Rogic, I think we don't really have presence in the box. One, they kind of go into the same areas anyway. Two, and then three, you do have the defensive constraints and the defensive limitations. Then four, there's always the reality that Rogic is not going to be able to run out 90 minutes. So might he provide greater optionality for us as a substitute? I'm not saying he should be dropped because he's bad or anything, but I think there are certain compatibilities and incompatibilities that we have to consider here.
Can I suggest something? It's not that left field. The Rogic Arzani job share. Rogic only comes off when Arzani drops in, and they don't have to play the same position, but maybe occupying a similar creative role within the team, a similar burden, I would say. I want to sprinkle in some listener comments in as well, but
go for it. Yeah. Sorry for hijacking.
No, please. There's lots of good comments. Ben says, "Can't believe how slow we played. Japan went great, but we made them look good. A half decent team would have carved up both these teams tonight."
Yeah.
Televisual_picture on Twitch. Great name. Endo dominated our midfield. Wonder what Japan will look like if they get it together. They have decent players. And then Eon on YouTube. Hang on, is the problem the quality of the players or the coaching of players / patterns?
Latter.
Yeah.
Latter. And the basically the implementation. I don't think the players, in terms of how we play, I don't think the formation specifically and implementation suits the players we have, and two suits what we actually want to do. Anyway, especially if we're going to play with Taggart up front.
Thoughts, comments, conundrums?
Sorry, I'll shut up now.
Non sequiturs.
I think, I just think it's the same story that it's been for years. And it's the same debate. And it's and I just see now, I can just see a bit on Twitter, but it's all, other players good enough, It's just, how many times are we going to do it? It's, I don't know. There are so many problems. It's the same thing all the time. Yeah, I just think, we're going to second or third in the group. And it's a lot of things out of our hands that probably defines second or third. So that's not great. But it's also, this is why I just didn't get excited about the 11 in a row. If people are wondering why there was nothing to get excited about the 11 in a row, this is why. No one should be surprised about tonight.
Who was writing about the 11 in a row, though? Largely, they were, Football Australia releases promoting that stat. A little bit Fairfax and.
Yeah, I don't know. I just sort of like that. No, I was just gonna say, Nick, you're right. It just feels like it's the same thing all the time. Like I'm tired, man, thinking about this. It just feels like it's been the same cycle for back at when we were talking about Enge playing a back three 5 or 6 years ago. It's the same crap. I'm so over it. I just want change. Like, you know, beat the minnows and then come up against good teams and play like that. That's all I want to see. Just something different.
I guess it's just like it feels like there is no, identity when it comes to what we're doing against these teams that are superior to us. Like it's this we'll half kind of try and play out from the back. As soon as that doesn't work, we'll just go long to the wings. But then we're caught in between doing two things. Therefore, we're doing nothing of coherence.
Speaking from firsthand experience, I know I might be speaking out of turn here, but we don't know what we want.
Yeah,
we don't know what we want, and like in football generally, the primary response to dysfunction is just more pace, more power.
Yeah,
we don't look at balance. We don't look at functionality. We don't look at cause and effect, because one. And this has always been the question for, that I've internalized. Is it one, we can't see it and don't act it. We can see it and don't act upon it, or two, just can't see it at all. And I'm beginning to think more and more that it's the latter. And that is the most depressing thing I've ever experienced in Australian football.
When you mention
I don't.
On that note, good night, everybody.
What you mentioned about what we don't want, the first thing that came to mind is that scene off the Notebook where it's like, "What do you want?" And she's like, "I don't know." It's like, "What do you want?"
Who knew you were a rom-com fan, Nick?
No, I know the memes, that's all. You know the memes.
I'm sorry. It is.
But yeah,
good movie though.
But what I find interesting is like the discourse. The difference over 5 years, how the discourse has changed. Like when we had these losses, it was catastrophic under Range. Like back three lose like this. Oh my goodness, it's panic stations. Now it's like, it's okay, guys. It's all right. We'll just bounce back next time. I don't know.
It was still kind of a slow burn with Ange though.
But this time
it wasn't exactly blood and thunder immediately. Like it was still a slow burn with Ange, and then it got to like a peak. Let's say, with the empty vessels and that crap. But
it will be fascinating to see if our place at the World Cup does become in jeopardy. It will be fascinating to see what kind of scrutiny Arnold comes under. I know it's an old story, a tale as old as time. The Sydney media conspiracy or whatever.
Arnold will get hammered if we're not qualifying. Or if we're in real
by
trouble.
who though?
By who? Are you absolutely
Twitter
certain
users,
about that?
By Eon and
Vivek
on Twitch.
I mean, I don't know
or by the people whose opinions are.
But who hammered Ange? It was what? Robbie Slater, who doesn't speak on football anymore, really, apart from on betting ads or something. Like with respect,
Gaddy.
Okay, retired.
Yeah. But still pretending to be a Geno.
No, but respect to those guys, have your opinion, but they're not. They're not on the main thing. I mean, the main voices now are probably Alex Brosk, Mark Milligan, Bruce Jitte.
You really think that they're going to smash Arnold? Let's say in the event that
I would be surprised. I mean, obviously Brosk played under Arnie. I think good relationship. Wilkshire played under Arnie. Good relationship. Millsy.
Do those guys have enough of a rep though to really do people really take notice of them?
Look, I know someone who's gonna smash Arnie.
No, but not to smash, but I think clear questioning and clear analysis and not getting lost in the noise of connection and the frankly incestuous nature of commentary and football coverage in this country. Everyone's tied to each other in a certain way, and
we've been streaming for 2.5 hours, and I feel like we're gonna try and tick off every topic on the list, and then FNR won't have anything to talk about anymore. So we better save this for some more targeted, bite-sized podcasts in future. But it has been therapeutic, shall we say? And great interaction on the Twitch and the YouTube.
Yes,
all
great
night.
comments. That was the
Fantastic
highlight.
comments.
Shout out
Eon
Fried
saying he's
Tomatoes.
secretly Fozzie. Yeah, I like
Can you
it.
imagine?
That would be. Devek says Fozzie is the only high-profile mainstream analyst that would hold Arnie to account. We've just seen him commenting on the YouTube, so I guess proof of that is
hey,
out there
listen,
already.
Quick plug: he'll be on Stan Sport FC tomorrow, which you can catch at 5 p.m. on Stan Sport, and we'll be talking about that game.
Oh, okay. So you're not just talking Champions League.
No. We are talking Socceroos. In fact, Foz just sent me a message about the footage he wants. So there you go. He's pumped.
Ooh, excited. All right. I'll be tuning in for that. But
I will be tuning
Stolich,
in.
thank you very much. Ante, thank you. Athos, Husey, Dabano, and Pakua. I've been Josh Parrish. This has been our watch-along stream. We're going to do this for all the big games, especially when they're in favourable time slots. So stay tuned for a Saudi Arabia watch-along before
Forza Socceroos.
But until then, it is goodbye